much. Chosen one, I don't ever get too far. Woo. And my mama said I'm special. If I don't trust you, shoot your metro. Future looking bright, nigga, got that glow. Professor X, nigga, all the gifts I show. My life like a movie shot off the hit show. Me and Bless Hands make a bitch get low. James Willis, DJ CEO. Dave hit record, now we on beast mode. Let's go.
What's happening? We back. We live. Welcome back to the Hit Show Podcast. Listen, I've been promoting the hell out the show this week. I've been promoting. And guess what? Tonight, you know what I'm doing? I'm going to be screen sharing all these good TikTok videos. All the videos y'all been commenting on, y'all been doing stitches on me and everything. And guess what? We're going to screen share all of those tonight, and I'm pulling your cards. Y'all think y'all doing some shit on TikTok. See, I told y'all when I get on my podcast, I'm going to pull that stuff up, and we're going to talk about these comments and these videos. So if you're watching right now, I need you to like, share to everybody that you know, send them this video. Let them know we live at the Hit Show Podcast. You can watch us on Facebook. We on YouTube. We on Twitter. We everywhere. My boy Jonathan coming in. What's going on, Jonathan?
What's going down?
Appreciate you checking in. Hey, Jonathan has been pretty involved with these TikTok comments the last few days. So he's gonna give us his insight. The other podcast will be coming here soon. We're waiting on theirs. We're going to get into the first video here in a second. But I want to get your insight, Dizzy the host. Give him a little brief on what's been going on. Before I go into it, give him a little brief description of what's going on TikTok.
Lord have mercy. So what's up, y'all? I'm your girl, Dizzy the host. And a few weeks back, I was blessed to be this man, the host of the Hit Show Podcast. And we jumped on a podcast together. And I'm telling you, it has been a friendship that could not be separated ever since. He will drag me into foolishness on TikTok. Men mad, women mad, everybody mad, everybody relationship expert. They don't like rich bitches. They don't like broke dudes. They don't like submission. They want to submit. I mean, he is all over the place. And the responses are all over the place. So I'm loving the roller coaster ride that we are about to go on. We about to get it in with the TikTok chick talkers.
Yeah, we talking. You know what? I told all of them on TikTok. I said, I like what y'all doing on here. I like the engagement. And I invited all of them. I said, look, why don't y'all come on the podcast and we'll podcast? And none of them want to come on the podcast. So I'm like, oh, so y'all just TikTokers.
Keyboard warriors.
Y'all just TikTok shit talkers. You're not real podcasters. I said, oh, I get it now. So that's why when I do a stitch, I don't hear nothing else from you. Okay. I see. I shut their ass down. But we're going to get into this first video. This is the first one. Okay. This is one of my favorites. Jonathan was on this one. Hey, this is one. And shout out to Jonathan, because when I talked to him the other day, I said, Jonathan, I'm going to screen share all the people that's been talking shit and commenting on the TikTok videos. I said, what should I call it? He was like, he hit me right back immediately. He said, opinions versus reality. I was like, damn, that's right on point right there. That's right on point. Yeah. So we're going to get into the first video. And then I'm going to come back here. We're going to talk about it. I want y'all to leave comments. We're going to pull your comments up. Shout out to Antoinette Barkley. She could be here tonight. She's not feeling well, but she will be doing the Antoinette B takeover this week. So y'all be looking for that on the Hit Show Podcast. We're going to get to this first video.
Men do horrible things to women.
Broke men.
I didn't see men do horrible things to women. But the one crime that is shunned upon whenever you have Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, or just at a 4th of July barbecue, is when a woman say a man is broke. They can dismiss everything when they say he's broke. And women don't even get up to them. He ain't got no money, he broke. They'll shut their mouth. don't care what he did to this person, did this, he hit me, he did that. None of that really matters. You can get over all that. When he's broke, he committed the ultimate sin.
Broke men.
I've
All right,
seen
so-
men do horrible things to women. But the one crime that is shock.
So with that video, I'm gonna pull up the comments real quick. If you're looking to the right, the first comment says broke men are immediately associated with being lazy. It's hard to respect it. Let's be honest, love comes with conditions. The next one says absolutely not. I attract all races of men, so there is no need for me to date a broke man, especially a black man that is broke. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so on that first video, that comment said, especially a black man is broke. Why does it gotta be especially? Because broke is broke. If you ain't got a dollar,
Right.
you ain't got a dollar. So why is it especially the black man?
I think because broke black women are dismissed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I did a podcast earlier today, and I was just talking about it. Like, you know, women and men, we're basically the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? We like the same things. You know what I'm saying? Men like sex, women like sex. Men like we like to be pampered and stuff like that too. But it's dismissed when a man wants to be pampered. There's a lot of broke ass bitches out here. That's just a fact. Like, it's chicks out here that ain't got no jobs, they ain't got no cars. And see, the thing is like, women don't look at it the same way that most men look at it. Like,
Okay.
I look at it like this. It's a lot of chicks that don't have shit. And you wouldn't have shit unless you had kids. Because you can get Section 8, you can get food stamps, you can get a car, you know what I'm saying, with your tax money. But see, they don't see it like that. Because a woman be like, oh yeah, I'm doing my thing. I got a house, I got a car, I got you know what I'm saying, I got all these things, but you wouldn't have had that had you not had kids, because you're not paying full rent when you're paying Section 8. You're not paying full food when you got food stamps. Yeah, you got a little bit of success, but you had help doing that. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side, men don't. The majority of men, 90% of men, we don't get food stamps or Section 8 or nothing like that. It's frowned upon when a man can't support himself, but it's glorified when a woman can't help herself and she gets help. It's a different avenue. And the other thing about it is, a broke ass white man, black people, we're fashionable. You know what I'm saying? When we go out to the club, we popping. You know what I'm saying? We make ourselves look good. You know what I'm saying? We out there dressed to impress. White people don't. You can see a white dude with some cutoffs and some flip flops, don't match, look scruffy. We just be like, oh, that's a white dude. That's just a white dude. Black people, we judgmental of ourselves, so we judge the other sex so harsh. But just like we was talking on a podcast, it's a lot of yes men out there. You know what I'm saying? And the yes men make the real men look bad, because a woman can go online and talk about her man, how great her man is, XYZ. But let that same woman that has a man say, oh, I got a flat tire, I need somebody to come help me, that somebody got a tow truck. And you get one of these simple ass niggas on there talking about, oh yeah, baby, I got you, da 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 da. You a yes man, because you already know she already got a man. You know what I'm saying? But you that same type of nigga that do this stuff versus when I come on there, I'm like, I'm not about to help you.
Gotcha.
Where's your man at?
Gotcha. Let me get Darius' take on this, on that video.
I feel you. To piggyback off what you're saying though, like, I think a lot of men got ulterior motives though when they doing shit like that. So I mean, it is some simp shit behind it, but there's also some you get in where you fit in type shit. Like, shit, if your man lacking, nigga, I'm about to step up and see if I could pull you away from him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's got to play into it a little bit. Other than that, yeah, I feel you though.
Dizzy?
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm waiting on you've been holding it in. Dizzy
I am. So what I will say is, I was telling you beforehand, and I was in the bathroom doing my hair when that clip came on my phone. And at first, and I didn't just watch it. After I saw the clip, then I went back and listened to the whole goddamn podcast. And although I loved a lot of the information that was being said in the podcast, y'all was all over the place to me, because y'all weren't really addressing what the hell he said. And so it was like, where are we going with this actual statement? And so I'm gonna go back to the original statement that he made in the first one.
Okay.
And he said, men can do horrible things to women and they're fine with it. So we're gonna change that and say some women will allow men to do horrible things to them. Some, not all, because I really don't like speaking in generalizations. Because I would be wrong if I said men ain't shit when I sure got a good ass shit man in this house. So
Yeah.
I don't like to speak in generalizations. So some women will allow you to do these things to them. And some women will still stay as long as you got money, which is dumb within itself as well. But that's a whole other type of trauma that we're not ready to talk about. That's a whole other trauma we're not ready to talk about. So when we talk about women not want, for me, his underlying comment is women don't prefer to holler at men that are broke. Is that my generalized understanding of what he's trying to say?
Yeah, he's
Women don't prefer to holler at men who are broke. Am I right with that before I give my answer?
Not even holler, but if you're already with, you're not gonna get that unconditional love, good treatment that you're supposed to get, especially if you're black and broke. Black and broke is different than white and broke or Hispanic and broke. It's totally different.
So I'm gonna talk men as a whole. I'm not gonna separate black and white men because broke is broke. I think that I feel that men and us four on this panel,
yes,
we speak more, and our culture speaks to more of black men do this, black women do this, black, because that's the culture that we come from, and that is what we're surrounded with. So of course you're gonna pay more attention to the broke black dudes around you. If that's what you date, I'm gonna say black men. I may not be talking about white men right now, but I definitely see broke white men, broke Native Americans, broke Puerto Ricans, broke everybody. So we see that everybody has an opportunity to be broke. So let's cut that generalization down from the jump. Now let's talk about women not wanting to be with and it's stages. Let's talk about date before we even get to marriage. Let's talk about date. I don't know. Look, I'm not a licensed psychiatrist. However, I did take psychology and sociology in class. And there is a whole Maslow's motivation model of needs that have to be that need to be met for a person to feel safe and function properly in society. Yeah. So the first thing you got to do before you can build anything else is your psychological need. Man ain't responsible to do that for me, and I'm not responsible to do that for you. Psychological is something that you do on your own, and maybe even with help from therapists. Next is safety. Safety. So on this same little podcast, we talk about opening doors and make sure she get in the car, walking down the street, make sure you by the curb, all that. Yes, that is all real safe. Okay, but you know what's not safe?
What's that?
You living up in my house and not doing anything to contribute to the household. Exactly. Because you shift from being my man to being another child in my home. It's something that I'm caring for. I'm caring for you now.
Exactly.
And I cannot feel safe as a woman because you want us to submit, right? I can't submit to poverty. I can't submit if I am not safe.
Exactly.
And I am not safe. And I'm not saying you got to be a baller. I'm saying I should not want for anything. I'm not talking about Birkin bags. I'm not talking about G-Wagons. I should not want for my rent from my husband. I should not, or my mortgage, excuse me. I should not want for the staple things in my home that need to be provided for. I should not want for that. So why step into a situation where he's already not prepared for me? You're not prepared. So my thing is, if you know you broke already, why are you looking for somebody to bring into this mess with you? Get established first, then come holler at me.
I got to rebuttal you. Now, we are talking about the black community.
I just want to raise my hand because I want to be next.
Okay, but let me go there, John, to you next. And for everybody that like that sermon by Reverend Disney, sitting cash at the Hit Show Podcast LLC, because she over here preaching to the choir. So I'm about to go ahead and rebuttal that shit right there. It was good.
Rebuttal it, baby.
Good.
Come
It
with
was
it, baby.
man.
But let's be honest. Go to any hood in America. 90%.
So now we switching the hood.
Wait,
So now we switching the
we
hood.
talking about black people. We talking about
But
black
all black people ain't hood. So we
No.
we switching the hood.
but a good percentage of them are. And the good percentage of those women that let those men lay in their house, eat up all their kids' food, is the same ones you see at the gas station. The women are pumping their own gas and paying, are the same men making all the babies with all the women.
Some, yes.
Some
Some,
go
yes.
outside. It's a lot of women out here pushing strollers with 5, 6 kids getting on the bus by themselves.
I
It's
agree with
pretty
you.
And they keep doing it. I call it a revolving door because it never stops. Go ahead, Jonathan.
So I'm about to rebuttal the whole goddamn thing.
I know he was gonna do
I'm
it.
about to.
That's why I let him go last.
I'm about to trip y'all out on some shit because I just did this. I just did this live
Here's
today,
laughing.
and yeah, I got some things to say. First off, women, y'all have
Hold on.
got.
Your sound went out. Your sound went out. I want to hear you.
Not really.
Uh-uh.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Can y'all hear me now?
There you go. There you go. See, God
Okay.
was letting you take a break before you came for me. Go ahead.
Nah. Hold up, I gotta get my.
It is
Get
Sunday.
it. Get it. Come on. Come on.
All right. So this is my rebuttal to that. The first thing is, I feel like women have got to stop saying, "Good man."
Good man.
A good man. Because every man is going to say they're a good man. And every woman is going to say that they're a good woman. This is the problem. And this is why I say it's very important for men and women to have the dialect that we have when we talk to each other. Because depending on your circumstance in life, depends on what kind of king or queen that you're trying to be.
Agreed.
See, a hoe is still going to consider herself a queen to the pimp. A woman that likes a blue collar man, she's gonna gear herself towards that blue collar man. A woman that wants to be a trap queen, she's gonna gear herself towards that. So you have to determine what kind of queen that you want to be.
Agreed.
The problem with society, men and women both, we want to keep pointing a finger at each other like, well, this is that. Well, you don't have this. Well, you don't have that. And you need to have this. And you need to have that. I say this. Take having a societal one off the table. Take having a job. Take having a car. Take having the finances off the table. And then review your relationship and see what you have. Because a lot of people don't have anything outside of having money and having shelter and having a car.
Agreed.
You have to figure out. Men have to feed a woman, and a woman has to feed a man. And I'm not talking about putting food in your mouth, but you got to feed my intellect. Where I am weak, you got to be strong at, and where I'm strong at, I need to feed your weakness. I need to feed your intelligence. I need to feed your spirit. Because if we start just separating and saying that, hey, I like this type of lifestyle. You have to, that's the interview process. If I'm accepting how you like your lifestyle, then I'm accepting the terms and conditions of that job. But people don't have that dialect. The majority of conversations nowadays, and if you're in the dating world, the majority of the conversations nowadays are just simple. Like you smoke, you drink, you kick it, you don't, you Netflix and chill. It's not emotional dialect. Nobody's putting pressure on each other to see how they're going to react. So when we have this simple-minded dialect, it makes it easy for simple-minded and simp-ass niggas and simp-ass females to work in, because all simps are is opportunists. You're looking for an opportunity. So like like I was sharing earlier today, there's absolutely no reason for a man to be in the bar pulling out $3,500 to buy a $20 drink. You're a simp ass nigga. You are
dumb.
now
That's dumb.
you are now setting yourself up for so many different things, but you're also advertising to try and show this woman that you got a little bit of money in your pocket. And her, on the other hand, she's looking for that nigga. Oh, that nigga got all that money. She's an opportunist just like he's an opportunist. And if she likes that, that's what she needs to say. Because that's the type of man that she wants to attract. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
We are two things. We are the best salesmen of ourselves. We are the worst salesmen of ourselves. We are the best salesmen of ourselves when we are really trying to really get to know somebody because we found somebody that matches exactly what our qualifications are. We are the worst salesmen of ourselves when we are trying to attract that person because we're just sitting up here saying, bitches ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, fuck these hoes, fuck these niggas. And it becomes so popular that we put it in our music and we take love out of it.
It's
you know what I'm
trendy.
saying? You chanting, you know what I'm saying? You going down the street like, man, fuck these hoes, man, these bitches ain't shit, da 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 da. And then on the flip side of that, to add fuel to the fire, a lot of us, men and women, keep negative people in our lives that we can go to talk about the negativity in our relationship. So if I'm mad at her, guess what I do? I'm calling this whole ass nigga like, man, let me tell you what this bitch just said, and vice versa on the female side. You know what I'm saying? We doing all we are correct. We are connecting and keeping negative energy into things that are just so simple. Like certain things are so simple.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. But nothing you're saying is a rebuttal. Our opinions go hand in hand. I'm not saying that anything that you're saying is wrong. There's nothing you're saying that's wrong because what you just said and what I said can go hand in hand. You just said if you want to be the trap queen, then be that. If you want to be this type of queen, then be that. If you want to be the crackhead queen, then be that. But the thing is that I am not going to accept someone who's not working in my realm. And that's my decision to say, nah, I don't really think I want to deal with you because I'm not the queen that you need because I'm not going to be that for you and vice versa. Then the man can't be upset also if I say, you know what? You're not really at the level I think that I need where I am in my life. I feel like there's a hell of a lot of good men out in this world. There's a hell of a lot of good women in this world. The problem is they keep meeting each other at the wrong place, wrong time in their life. So you can have a girl in her 20s in her hoe phase. Mr. Man that's 40 years old and ready to settle down, you can't get that hoe right now. She's in her hoe phase. But you want her so bad. But she's not ready, and vice versa. You got grown-ass women who's looking at these, I'll use y'all term, simp-ass dudes. They look at this simp dude, you a grown-ass woman. Why are you trying to make this dude your man? He's not working in your realm. You keep trying to put a circle into a square. What is the problem?
But there's
people are forcing relationships that aren't supposed to work in the first place, and then everybody's frustrated.
There's also women. This is the flip side to it. There are also women that want to still be caretakers. It's so selfish of a man to come to a woman's door with a trash bag because you don't even respect yourself as a man to get yourself out of the hole that you're in. And women, there are a lot of women that are out there that are enablers, and they keep this stuff going. And at the end of the day, as a whole, as men and as women, it makes us look bad because with social media, we put everything on there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All we can do is point the finger and keep poking at each other. But there are a lot of women that are enablers. You letting this nigga take you to work and drop you back off. You letting this nigga take you and drop you back off at work. All for him to go back to your house and eat your kids' fruit snacks. You're fucking you're an enabler, and at the end of the day, you can't say niggas ain't shit because you helping this ain't shit ass nigga be not shit.
Exactly.
But
let's
and
get
I
to the-
agree with that, but she can definitely say he ain't shit. You can't say all men ain't shit, but after you learned your lesson with him, then you can say that he ain't shit.
How
Not
is he
all
not
men after that.
How is he not shit when he came to the door and she opened the door for the nigga that ain't shit to come in? He told you he wasn't shit when he came to this
I
motherfucker
agree.
with a
I
trash bag.
agree.
Like you
agree.
knew this nigga wasn't shit. Like if you
That's
come
right.
to somebody's house,
And you knew that woman trying to run your pockets won't shit. Y'all knew them women that's trying to run your pockets ain't shit either, but y'all still smash.
we gotta
You
get
still
to the next
smash.
video.
that's why we say we will fuck you, but we won't wife you. Like we'll fuck you, but we ain't gonna wife you because you're not wifey material. You're fuckable. You're Chipotleable.
Exactly.
You're Netflixable.
Exactly.
But you are not fucking wifeable.
No. And agreed. I agree. And that's how men and women navigate this world differently. Yes, you got them women out there that's going to enable those men, but you got a lot of men that will enable these women as well. And that's not right either.
Yeah. All right, let's
On
get
both
to the
sides.
next.
That's what
We
I'm
got-
saying. They running into each other at the wrong time.
We got to get
The
to the
wrong
next
time.
video. I want y'all to hold those thoughts. We got more. Hold your thoughts. It's coming. We got more.
Man, I'm loving these comments. So you're telling me a white man can be broke, a Hispanic man can be broke, an Italian man can be broke, and you'll be fully cooperative and submissive. But one thing a black man can't do is be broke and get the love he deserves. That is a shame. I'm glad I'm seeing these comments out here because you know what? Y'all can't stand us black men. We should be treated like everyone else, but I guess not. Thanks for the comment.
All right, so that was pretty much just the rebuttal to that first video in the comments that the lady put the comment. Okay, but I'm gonna go into another one of these videos real quick. Give me
I'm
one
loving
second.
these comments.
Let me get to the next one.
This is the worst thing you can tell a little black boy that if they can't afford a date, they should date. Because what that's telling them is that they cannot receive any type of attention and love unless they can afford to financially. We all deserve love, whether we have money in our pocket or not. So that's a problem telling these black boys you're not valued unless you have $1 in your pocket, which is wrong. Because this is the thing, when we deal with women, we don't always have to provide to have sex. We don't always have to provide to get a cookie. So we don't need to provide all the time. The only time you're really supposed to provide really is if you're in a marriage. If you're just dating, you shouldn't have to provide anything. So I don't know why you're telling these boys this. That's your business, but you do know anytime a man has to pay for your attention, that is called prostitution. If I have to pay you and provide something for me to receive attention, that is called prostitution. Thank you.
All right, so
I disagree with that.
that was one of my comment reply videos.
Thanks.
Eric, what you think about that video?
You extra as hell.
So I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting like a lot of echo and feedback, so I couldn't hear most of that video. I'm sorry.
Well, the video pretty much what it was. A lady commented under my post said that she tells her
Somebody got their speaker on and it's echoing in everybody's thing.
that's very stupid. Okay, I'm gonna play the video again for everybody. Okay.
This is the worst thing you can tell a little black boy that if they can't afford a date, they shouldn't date. Because what that's telling them is that they cannot receive any type of attention and love unless they can afford to financially. We all deserve love, whether we have money in our pocket or not. So that's a problem telling these black boys you're not nothing, you're not valued unless you have $1 in your pocket, which is wrong. Because this is the thing, when we deal with women, we don't always have to provide to have sex. We don't always have to provide to get attention. So we don't need to provide all the time. Only time you're really supposed to provide really is if you're in a marriage. If you're just dating, you shouldn't have to provide anything. So I don't know why you're telling these boys this. That's your business. But you do know anytime a man has to pay for your attention, that is called prostitution. If I have to pay you
and provide something for me to receive attention that is called prostitution. Thank you. All right. Dizzy, I know you're ready to say something. I know you're ready.
So I'm not really sure. I'm assuming that the lady said that if you don't have no money, then you shouldn't be dating or something, or you don't deserve to be loved.
Well, on this one, she says she tells her boys that if they don't make any money, if they don't make money, they shouldn't even be talking to women.
No, okay. Now I get it. Hell no, ma'am. That ain't right. So I have a son. He's a teenager. He is 15 years old, about to go on 16. What I will tell you that I am doing for my son is preparing him for this world of Decepticons that's about to come in his face and try to play him. Right. And yes, I'm talking about the women. I'm calling y'all Decepticons because they will come and try to play my son because he's a triple threat, and I know that he is. I think that it is hella wrong to tell your children that if you don't have any money that you don't deserve love and that you don't deserve to date, or that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I think that this particular mother, I don't know her, okay, but her statement definitely makes me understand this new little trend that these young girls got out here now that let's say, you know, back in the day, we used to be out the mall chilling, see a little girl you like, a little guy you like, you go up and try to kick it and get her phone number, right? These little hoes are telling boys that they not gonna give them their phone number unless they cash out them some money. I said, I wish a bitch would try to make my son pay for their phone number. And I think that's ridiculous. I think that you are setting your daughter up for the great world of pimpery and hoes. So
that's why I called it prostitution. Was I wrong? That's what I said.
No. I think that you're absolutely right.
Well, I got to get to this next video, and then we're gonna talk about both videos.
Can I rebuttal that one? Well, not rebuttal that, but can I share my thing real quick?
Go ahead, because you were in the comments on that one, Jonathan. Because your comment was, "What about like walks in the park?" That was your comment.
Yeah, that. So I agree with, like, as a man, if you're married, you should definitely be the provider. You know, you definitely got to have something to bring to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I will say about that is, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with what she said, because you have to have some sort of money in order to do something. Like, you want to be able to have fun in your relationship, take your woman on a date, pamper her. You know, you want to be able to do something.
Vacation.
Right. But the problem is that a lot of these females want more. A lot of females live in this broke rich fantasy. Like, you ain't got no money to do it, but you want a nigga to do it for you, but you can't do nothing for him. Like, it's a lot of broke ass chicks out here too. So I don't think that you shouldn't be able to do anything. You should at least have something. You should have a backup. You should have a fund or something like that to where you can take a woman on a date. I think it also should be respectable when a man does take you on a date, when a man does something for you and it's not shunned upon. I actually, in real life, had a female try and clown me because I told her, she was like, well, let's go, let's meet up and go on a date. I was like, let's meet downtown at the park. She was like, at the park? I mean, I'm talking about food, something like that. Like, and I was like, well, this is how I feel about that. I don't know you and you don't know me. And
right.
I would want to have some dialogue with you, walking, you know what I'm saying? Let's walk, you know what I'm saying? Talk and see if we actually even want to deal with each other long enough to sit down and have a meal. Because if I'm taking you on a date and I have a meal because I invited you on a date, I'm paying for it. I definitely don't want to pay for somebody that I don't want to spend 5 minutes with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think people need to stop thinking about money and thinking about time, because money we can get back, time we cannot.
Yeah. Right.
But the fucking problem is that we have, man. We got these thought ass chicks out here, these thought ass rappers, these Megan Thee Stallions, these Nicki Minaj's, these city girls saying, "Oh, a nigga gonna do this, a nigga gonna do that," and then you got these simp ass niggas sitting up there agreeing with them. Like, your simple minded ass don't even have an opinion, and you know what they saying is wrong because deep down inside you like, damn, I don't want to do all this, but it's the way of the world, so I'm just gonna go with it. No, niggas, have an opinion. Say something intelligent, but don't just keep sitting there like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, she right, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to go out here and spend this bread, and you go out here and you spend all this bread, and then you don't get shit. You sitting there looking dumb as fuck because you done bought her a Birkin bag and shit, and she done went over here and sucked this other nigga's dick, and now you sitting there like, man, that's fucked up, she played me. Nah, you simp ass nigga, you played your fucking self.
You played your damn self. Go ahead, Dizzy, because I know you ready. I know you ready.
No, it's not that I'm ready. I will say this. I agree with him to a point. All right. I agree with what he said all the way up until he got to thought ass bitches. Because I will say this. There is an illusion on both sides of the spectrum. Social media is fucked up. Kids and adults cannot determine reality from fake online on social media. They think these thought ass girls, and guess what? These business women and regular ass women get tricked into thinking that what they see on Instagram is the norm. And it's not. It's the exception to the rule. So I'm not just going to say thought ass bitches. I'm going to say regular ass women that work their 9 to 5s and do their damn thing. Don't think that you can do like the rich bitches can do. Because we talk about Nicki Minaj, Meg Thee Stallion, and their lyrics. These are rich bitches who are pulling rich dudes who can buy them those things at that level. So you might just have to deal with the dude that's at your level and get them little Tommy Hilfiger bags from Marshalls instead. Like, stop playing like you really rolling this high. You not. But let's flip it also, because it's not just these chicks throwing this narrative at these chicks. It's also every rapper in the game. Y'all talking about y'all labels and boots and shoes and belts and glasses and shit more than the chicks are now. So now y'all are not all men, but y'all, that narrative is being pushed on social media as well. So not only are you dressing questionable, now you talking about all your labels, which men ain't really do that like that before. Now you're also bragging at the things that you can provide the woman. So if you got the narrative on the men's side saying you got to get her a Birkin or better, and you got the chicks on the side saying I need a Birkin or better, nobody with it who doesn't have a strong mind is going to want to settle for anything less than that. So I feel that it has to be said that both sides are pushing the narrative incorrectly to the masses, and both sides are equally falling for the dumb shit.
Got you. Let's get into this next video. I like that. And then we're going to get Darius thoughts. But let's get into this next video. This next one is called Pay to Play. It is a rebuttal of that last video of the lady talking about she teaches her sons not to talk to men if they don't have $1 in their pocket. So this is my video replying to that last video.
Ma'am, I'm just going off of what you said. You got to pay to play. You said you tell your little boys if you can't afford to date these women, they don't need to be dating. So you're telling us as men that we have to pay to play. Ma'am, I'm just going off of what you...
So she said, I don't know. I guess I read her message wrong and that it had nothing to do with prostitution, but you're telling you got to pay to play. That's what you say. If you don't have $1 in your pocket, I should open my mouth. Pretty much is what she said. But see, that's the thing with people on TikTok. They say all these comments, and then when you call them out about their stuff, say this is exactly what you said. Then I don't know what I'm talking about after I just screen shared your message. But that's what it is. Okay.
And it's probably for the reason what your boy just said. Your boy just said that up to a certain extent, yes, if you're gonna entertain a woman, you gotta have something to entertain with. So I
Exactly.
get that. But the
Right.
expectation shouldn't be I'ma entertain you to your standard. He can entertain you from where he's at. So if you're not happy with the walk in the park and you want to go to the most expensive place first off the bat, that's the red flag to y'all anyway to stop messing with them chicks.
And this is the problem, though. This is what usually happens. Like Jonathan said, you get one of these simps that these women say you got to do this, that, and the third. The one simp will do it. Once he does it, then all of a sudden her standards raised up to where since he did it, everybody else got to do it. And that's where it messes up. But let me get to this next video.
Get him black, get him black, get him black, get him black, fuck him up, get him right, tighten up, get it right, get him black, tighten up, fuck him up, get him right, tighten up, fuck him up, get him.
So the comments just keep coming to come. Did y'all read that? Were y'all able to read that?
I couldn't see it.
She said nobody or morals or values would sleep with me the way I talk online. And did you see the comment I had put down there? So that's what happens when you call people out on what they say, and then they try to take back what they said after you've already screenshotted what they said, after you done proved them wrong. So that just shows you some people just comment and don't know what they're talking about, especially when they're talking about these relationships and these standards of what men and women are supposed to do. I think everybody, since we're on social media, like you said, nobody has the correct answer of what we are and not supposed to do because it's all an illusion on social media.
But it's
go ahead.
It also comes down to like, I think what it comes down to like is also the environment and what you see, like, and your maturity and how you grow. Like, because a man can tell you that you're supposed to open the door for a woman and you're supposed to treat a woman like a queen. But you see that same man treating this woman like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Your environment might show you that, even though that you know that you're supposed to treat this woman like a queen, it's also about what you see. And it also comes down to like what you want. Like there's what she's saying is that she basically doesn't know shit. Like that's basically what she's saying, because you can't, if you lead with that, you lead your kids astray. Like they don't really become gold diggers, but you almost raising your kid like he's supposed to be a simp. Like you're supposed to go out here and you're supposed to cash out for a woman. You're not really guiding them and giving them a pathway for them to say, you know what, I want a woman to accept me for me. You're not giving them that. You're not giving them that growth. When you sit up there and you talk about, well, that's not prostitution, ma'am, you obviously don't understand.
Go ahead.
When a man goes to the strip club, he's paying that woman for conversation. Pimps will tell you, I'm a 70s baby. Pimps will tell you, if you're talking to my hoe, you're going to pay for that conversation. That's what it is. I'm not, as a man, going to pay for your conversation. And I shared on one of the other podcasts that we were on when I said these simp ass niggas will go out there and they'll leave with their money. They'll be like, oh yeah, baby, let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you a drink. I'm gonna go ahead and let that simp ass nigga go buy you a drink, and then I'm gonna slide in with the conversation. Because 9 times out of 10, she really don't want to talk to that nigga. She just want the drink. You know what I'm saying? So it is a form of prostitution when you're telling somebody, oh, well, if you want to talk to me, you're gonna have to show me something. You're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to take me here, buy me this, show me that. You are a prostitute. You just don't know it, because your illusion is that somebody has to show you something first before they even know you.
But you know what? The problem with that is the men that indulge in that activity and the men that actually do it, the simps, are the one that makes it harder for the other men. So we can't fully blame the women. It's the men because they doing it.
But the thing is though, with what you're saying, it goes back to what I said before. In order for the simp to come in there, the woman has to accept the simp to come in there and indulge in the conversation and keep fucking with the simp. It's both ways. It's just like Desi said, like you gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta find a common ground where we both meet. You know what I'm saying? We're meeting people in different phases of our life, but women and men both have to self-identify and figure out what it is they want, who it is that they want to be with. They don't understand that you might not be mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally ready to deal with a blue collar man at that time, because your mindset, it's not going to make sense to talk to a blue collar man and you still got your mentality on a trap nigga, because to that blue collar man, everything you say sounds stupid as fuck.
Right.
You can't be a blue collar woman and think that you're gonna convince the most hood trap nigga a blue collar way, because they thinking that fast money. It don't make sense to them. You sound stupid as fuck. You think you about to tell me I'm making $1 million a week selling this dope out this trap house? You think that you about to convince me to go back down to being $1,000 nigga and work my way up from the bottom when I'm all the way at the top? You sound stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? So Desi, right? Like we have to find a common ground to meet. We have to be accountable and stop telling these bitch ass rappers that you out here talking about these bitches and hoes and I gotta trick this and I gotta trick that. I'm trick. Well, I can't really say that this man is wrong for saying that without saying this woman is wrong for that. I can't say that without saying this woman is wrong for saying that, and without saying this man is wrong for saying that, because y'all are both fucking up the dialect, and you're fucking it up for society because it's so mass programmed out there. We on a one-way street right now. Men and women are saying the same thing, but we both saying each other is wrong.
Right.
We're supposed to grow from that. If nobody is pointing a finger and saying, look, you dumbass nigga, that shit sounds stupid, you weak as shit, and look, chick, he's dumb. Don't follow down the same path this dumbass nigga talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for a husband, to say you're looking for a husband. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for a wife, to say you're looking for a wife. But stop making music about pain, because the women, the male rappers and the female rappers are both damaged. They both been hurt. They both been damaged somehow, and now they've displayed it in their music by saying, well, you got to buy this person that, well, you got to buy that person that. You're trying to buy people love, and we know goddamn well you can't buy somebody love. You can buy somebody's time. Y'all are both being hoes on both avenues. You're not, you can't buy love.
This is the problem. What people don't understand, when you listen to music, it's all entertainment, okay?
I was just about to say that, Jane.
These rappers, there's an artist himself. And I used to be
welcome to the combo. Speak on it, bro.
There's an artist and producer, and I used to DJ for him and do remixes and stuff. Yeah, people don't understand this, right? The entertainer's job is to entertain you. The entertainer's music you listen to, most of them are married and have good wives and good husbands at home. They're just feeding you some bullshit to entertain you. When the song is over, it's over. Okay, when the song is over, if he's talking about I got all these women, I'm doing this and that, after 3 minutes or 2 minutes, the song is over. He's back with his family. It's just a song. He's back to his family.
Right.
Okay. Yep. It's just entertainment. The women, the same thing. City girls. I ain't doing this. You got to buy me that. Well, we seen what happened.
Look at how Carisha is acting over Diddy.
He dropped her allowance $200,000 and she broke up with him. That's some entitlement shit. Her ass ain't
ridiculous.
That good.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous shit. And I'm gonna tell you this. I do agree. I do not fault modern day hip hop, modern day rap with the way things are. I mean, is it the soundtrack? Of course. But I don't even think it's the responsibility of those people to change what they're doing as in their artistry to tell us what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, then we should start blaming murders on fucking Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna blame murders on the Terminator. You know, we're gonna blame all of this stuff. We never talk about it with the movies. It's always, oh, well, your music is so this, your music is so that. Because I'll tell you, if you really, let's take rap and hip hop out of it altogether. Let's stop blaming only us for the dialogue. If you really want to go back, this could be a whole other podcast. You really want to see who placed the delusional expectations of relationship in the brains of women? Go back and watch any Disney movie. Any Disney princess movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Disney movies give you the worst misconception of what dating, love is gonna be like.
Horrible.
You think that you gonna be look. This your
all
boy
Disney
gonna like
themes is horrible. They all horrible.
Thank
Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. The Beast pulled that badass, bro. That's some bullshit. You know
right, hold on now, but the Beast had a castle. He had money. That's why he pulled the badass, bro.
Boom. Yep. Good shit. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. But I'm saying though, but I mean, just bouncing off your boy for real. I mean, let's be real. You got this young girl, don't own nothing. She being treated horrible by her family. Nobody wanna. Nobody wants her. And then the rich dude comes out of nowhere and puts a shoe on her foot, and then all of a sudden you a fucking rich princess. Bruh. Are you serious? Are you serious? So everybody trying to be Cinderella, but nobody goes back and looks at, hey, yo, you know that prince didn't recognize you without your fake hair and lashes on. He didn't know who you were when he saw you in the other clothes. This is dumb, unrealistic expectations. So let's not just blame it on hip hop.
No, but
I'm not really.
Go ahead.
I don't really want to blame it on hip hop, but what I want to say is like.
But I did say they were the soundtrack, so I agreed
I'm
with
gonna
you.
take my cousin for example, because he locked up for life. His reality, what he saw every day, was somebody being murdered, somebody being killed. He grew up in he grew up in Cabrini Green. You know what I'm saying? His reality was that. So when you got a nigga, and I'm gonna put it out there because I don't give a fuck. When you got a nigga like Future, when you got a nigga like Rick Ross, who ain't never did shit in his fucking life, but he sit up there and talk about some real shit that you see every day, it becomes relatable. When you got a nigga like Future that got a college degree and says ignorant ass shit like, oh, well, I don't really do this. I don't smoke weed. I don't do X, Y, Z, but I make this music because people like it. It becomes reality to that person because the very real thing, and rape victims are a prime example of this. The very real thing is when it's mentioned, when I see it, when I hear it, I relive it. If a rape victim sees their rapist again, they relive that whole experience. If you sitting up there talking about shit, you know what I'm saying? I rolled down my window and popped that nigga 5 times and then I drove up and was smoking a blunt. That's my reality because I might have done that or I saw it happen. I relived that all over again. Back in the 90s, you couldn't do shit like that. It wasn't no nigga shit XYZ because the nigga's gonna call you on that shit. Like, nigga, you ain't do that shit.
But today, we getting a little off subject, but I understand we live in a reality world, but let's get into this next video. Give me a second. Which one I'm gonna play next? Which one y'all want? I'm gonna give y'all, let's see. I'm gonna bring Iris in a little bit.
Why pick Better Business? A horrible argument, part 2.
All right, so y'all go back and watch that. Shout out to According to Iris. She makes great videos. But if you watch her full video, please listen to me, okay? She made a great argument about the hardworking men in her community, growing up in Queens, New York, in the hood, and seeing good grown black men and other minorities of men, hardworking construction workers, policemen, firemen, government workers, etc., going to work and providing for their families. Now, we're always told
that in the hood there's no good hard-working black men. It's only Pookies and Ray Rays, but there are plenty. Even Kevin Samuels tried to tell y'all looking for high-value men. There's plenty of them. There's policemen in your neighborhood, firefighters, government workers, construction workers, but y'all overlooking for the Pookies and Ray Rays.
Why pick that up?
So that's one of my favorite podcasters to network with. That's according to Ira. She's been on our show a few times. I love that message because we're talking about opinions versus reality. When we go online, especially on TikTok, 80% of the women, when they speak, are speaking negatively about the men, right? Speaking negatively about men usually and the amount of money that they make and the type of men they're trying to date. And what Kevin Samuels was saying, you have men right in your community that go to work every day. You have policemen, firemen, you got nurses, you got male nurses, you got men that's in construction, you got hardworking men in the hood that go to work every day. But since they don't make the six figures, you don't consider them a mate. They're not good enough for you. So I wanted to play that video because I see a lot of standards online, very unrealistic. I'm gonna get to the men too, but by women, we'll start with the women first because this is opinions versus reality. The most unrealistic standard I see is you have to make six figures or more for me to consider you. And when I see that, I say, okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting somebody to have something, especially if you make that. Now, if you don't make that, you're just looking to keep your money to yourself for somebody else to take care of you, right? Which is what Jonathan calls a simp. Now, I also always say this. I know this is going to trigger y'all, especially the married men. Just so y'all know, tricking and providing is the same thing. It's just how you do it and when you do it. There's no difference. The only difference is tricking is when you're not in a relationship. Providing is when you're in a relationship and you have a title or label. It's the exact same thing. You are paying for attention. Am I right or wrong?
I think you're wrong.
You think I'm wrong?
Yeah.
But I wanted to play that video because there's a misconception of in the hood that there are no good men going to work every day. And there's plenty of them. But the same women that say that keep reproducing with Pookies and Ray Rays. They keep reproducing with the bad seeds. Go ahead.
I agree with you on that. The only reason I want to say I disagree is because there are two types of, and I did this on my TikTok as well. There are two types of men. There's the man that wants you, and the man that needs you. The man that needs you have something that he needs. You need a car, you need a crib, you need some food, you need shelter, something like that. He needs you for something. Now, the man that wants you, he wants you for you. Generally, y'all both have a house, y'all both have a car, y'all don't need anybody for each other, but you guys want to be together. That man wants you. And when you want somebody, you want to see them happy. You want to see them, succeed. Their dreams are your dreams. Your dreams are theirs. Y'all are building together because y'all don't need each other for anything, but you want each other for something. And the want is a different type of connection. Tricking, you ain't got no connection. You just like what you see and you paying for that fucking attention. But when I want you, I'm not paying for your attention. When I want you, I want to see you smile. I want to see you shine. I want to see you happy. Even when you're mad, I still want to be there with you because you're feeding me and I'm feeding you. We're going to have our ups and we're going to have our downs, but we're going to work together. It's a different kind of feeling. So that's why I disagree with how you said that.
I know it's Sunday, but y'all preaching. You in Disney. I know. Okay, let me get your thoughts on that, Disney.
So I think that there's several layers that are overlapping that I don't think have to do with one another in this particular situation. So the first one I'll address is the ones that are saying that there's not good men in the hood working, whatever. I think that's utter bullshit. I think it's just that they choose to overlook them on purpose because they're trying to find a way out of the hood. Why would they look within the hood? So I don't even think it's not good dudes there. I just think that they're not looking. I think that the entire concept of if he doesn't make 6 figures, then he don't need to talk to me. I think that that is a misconception of some men and some women that saw random ass clips of Kevin Samuels and didn't listen to the rest of his podcast. Because Kevin Samuels had an exact list of what it took to be a high value man. And
Exactly.
6 figures was only one of like 5, I think it is, requirements to be considered a high man or whatever man. So women automatically are thinking, oh, he's got to make this much money to be able to see me. When in all actuality, that's not necessarily the case. But I don't have to agree with those women, but I can understand from the women who might already make that amount, how dating or being with someone that makes less can be difficult. It's not impossible. It's just difficult for them.
And that's understanding.
It's just difficult, not impossible. Because I mean, I'm gonna give a prime example. I think I said this under the comment in one of those. I was like, look, I have never been the type of chick looking for a dude with a whole bunch of dough. I make my own money. I always have. I'm a hustler. Ask about me. So when I found the dude that I felt was like, all right, this dude, I think this is the dude that I want to marry. When I met him, he was the broke student working on his PhD. So he was broke when I met him, but we didn't even meet under those circumstances where we was trying to kick it with each other. We were friends. So we had the time to establish a relationship, establish a friendship, get to know each other, yada, yada, yada. But his actions during his broke phase and all of that other stuff showed me I was going to get a whole other package when this stage was complete. His actions showed it. So I was like, all right, I'm here. Let's do this. And we built and built and built and built and built. And so now we both at the same level. He didn't surpass this. And it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And he does meets all of them. So, you know, but I wasn't looking for him. So I just think that this whole high end thing that they're looking for is a trend that somebody jumped on for real.
I'm gonna get into this next video. Y'all break up a little bit.
Somebody got a speaker on.
I'm sorry.
Let me we get into this next video. We're gonna keep it moving. Give me 1 second. Y'all leave some comments. I'm gonna put some of these comments up. Tell us what you think. Okay, I'm gonna play another video. Here we go.
Well, that when he's broke, he committed the ultimate sin.
So this is actually where the conversation really lit from where I saw it. Like, and basically the stance is a broke man cannot be loved or cared for. So what are men? Are they wallets on legs? A cock with a wallet? I think that's a shitty thing. Broke is not permanent. It's temporary. It's a potential in life. It's dreaming and building those dreams together. I am floored. I'm not speechless very often, but I'm speechless at how brown men have been slammed in this arena. Wow. I'm broke half the time. So
Wow.
Okay, so for y'all that watched that video, that was Pink Hair Old Lady. And she has been commenting in some of my videos. And
Somebody got a speaker on because it's like it's a
hold
lot
on
of
real
feedback.
quick. But she has been commenting a lot on our videos, and that was one of my favorite videos because she is not in the Black community and didn't know too much about us until she started getting on my TikTok and reading the comments, and she was like, "Well, I can't believe that's how they talk to y'all." So it ain't nothing new. You know, I don't take it personal online, but she sees the disconnect between Black men and Black women. She sees a huge disconnect in the communication and the standards. So it's kind of sad when somebody from another race say, "Hey, I see the problem," but when we say we see the problem, it's crazy when we say we see it and nothing gets done about it. But somebody else can say, "Hey, I see the problem right with you." Okay, so I'm not crazy. You see what I'm looking at. Okay, so what do
We're
you
not
think?
crazy. We're not crazy in our own community, but she's a fucking enabler. Like she even said it. Like, oh wow, I'm broke too. So
I don't know what happened, Jonathan. Dizzy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Tell
I'm
me
sorry.
Okay,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
here he comes. Here he comes.
Go ahead.
She's a fucking enabler, bro. She said on her video that she's broke half the time too. So your broke ass gonna be with another broke ass motherfucker? Like we have problems. Okay, so not even being racist, but white people reaching into Black people problems. You are on the outside looking in. You don't understand. You don't get it, and there's no way that we can explain it to you or you can feel it because you're not in the community.
Yes.
But even with that being said, like. The only reason, and it's not really even a problem. It's just that we don't communicate in the Black community. We've got to the point that we're pointing fingers, but that doesn't mean that we can't communicate because there are some very intelligent Black women. There are some very intelligent black men.
Exactly.
We just have to connect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got kings. You can't be a king unless you got fucking peasants. You got to have a kingdom in order to be a king. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have peasants that fall in line there. So you leave the peasants where the peasants are, and you talk with what you consider to be royalty because that's royalty in your line. I'm just really strongly against other races coming into our race trying to judge our people when they don't understand. Because I don't understand what it's like to be white. I don't know. I would like to have some fucking white privilege, but I don't fucking know.
Right.
I can't speak on the white race, but I don't really see that there's a big problem in the Black community because I've seen some very successful relationships. I've seen some very shitty relationships, but I've seen some very shitty ass white relationships too. I've seen some very shitty ass Asian relationships too. So as a white woman, you like, wow. Well, shit, motherfucker, I can say wow to all y'all damn fucked up white people out there doing fucked up shit to each other. I can say that too.
The thing is, she's not used to seeing her race of women talk to their men the way we get talked to. That's what she meant. She was looking at our page in the comments and how the women talk to us. They don't do all that shit over there like we get. And that's just the truth.
Because white women are
I
submissive.
don't agree that that's the truth. I don't agree with that's the truth.
Okay, let me pull up this video and I'm gonna
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me respond first.
Because you know I got the footage. Go ahead. You about to put your face in your mouth.
Hold on. Let me tell you, and I'm not far off from your boy, but I'm gonna tell you why I didn't initially have an issue with her response. But I will tell you what does. The part that you just said to me, where you said she's not really in the Black community and her first exposure to the Black community is through a fucking podcast page. So you're telling me that your first encounter with Black people is indirectly through social media, through 3 to 5 minute clips of showcase behavior, and you have based your entire view of how Black women speak to Black men or feel towards Black men based off what you saw on the podcast. That is where I have the problem because you're not speaking from a point of reference.
She got it very accurate.
How?
Accurate. What do you mean? Look at
Well, the chicks that responded, she's correct speaking upon the women who responded, but there are millions of people on this planet, and you had what, maybe 10,000 people respond to this clip. So she's looking at a snippet of our society and making a judgment, and I don't think that is right. Yes, you had a whole lot of chicks on that stream saying screwy shit. I'm not doubting that, but for her to make that to make that generalization about Black women and men's interactions, that's messed up. Because if that's the case, then I should assume that all white women are Karens, because that's what I see on the podcast. That's what I see on social media. So it's a stereotype. Did she see truth in the stereotype on the feed? Yes. But I don't like how she feels that Black women do this to all Black men, because we don't.
Okay, because you know what? I'm glad you hold that thought. Because you know I got another video.
Oh, it's all right. Please play it.
Go ahead. Reverend Dizzy trying to preach to me.
No, I'm saying that chick. That chick.
Y'all listening? Watch this.
Black men have it hard. We have it hard. We're the only men in America whose women do not have to respect them. We're the only men in America whose women out-earn them. We're the only men in America whose women out-earn them. We're the only men in America whose women collectively have more wealth and capital than we do. We're the only men in America who are not be men. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard.
Hold on. I'm gonna replay it. Hold on.
There was going on.
I'm gonna mute your mic there. Let me replay the video.
I know why you
here we go.
smoking your life away. I know.
Here we go.
Hard. We have it hard. We're the only men in America whose women do not have to respect them. We're the only men in America whose women out-earn them. We're the only men in America whose women out-educate them. We're the only men in America whose women collectively have more wealth and capital than we do. We're the only men in America who are not allowed to be men. Do you understand? So I know it's hard being a Black man. I know why you smoking your life away. I know why you drinking your life away. I know why you smoking your life away. I know that. But what I'm saying, Black man, is you need to get some help. You need to get some help. You got mental problems. You don't need to be dating that sister right now. Take care of you first. Black men have it hard.
Was that Umar?
So since the white lady was inaccurate, he said the same thing she was talking about.
Wait a minute. Was that Umar though?
How Black men get treated by our women. Now you can't argue with Dr. Umar. You can argue with the white lady.
No.
You can argue with Dr. Umar. Go ahead, try to argue with him. Go ahead. I want to hear this. Go ahead.
Let's talk about Umar's dumbass first of all.
Go ahead.
First of all, he's a fucking Uncle Tom. He's not even I can't even really consider him a real nigga because, dude, you went to Pitt State. You are not. Second off, your degree is not in any Black cultural history. It's in education, and it's elementary education. Third of all, that's a lie. Because there are a lot of successful Mexican women. There's the Mexican woman that just took the Senate right now. She's successful. There are a lot of successful Chinese women. We have a whole culture of Chinese women, African women, white women, women all over having money. There are some very successful, overly successful Black men as well. Umar is speaking because he's a damaged little man. Every time he talks, he is so derogative and negative off of stuff. People don't even see it because he put the doctor in front of his name, just like Dr. Phil, who's not even a real doctor. The problem is everybody is damaged. We have all been hurt some way. It don't matter if you're white, Black, purple, orange, or green. We've all been hurt somehow.
But you know what? just because he's not a real doctor, don't mean he's not factual. Hell, you got Dr. Dre ain't a real doctor. Dr. J ain't a real doctor. That ain't got nothing to do. I could call myself Dr. James. That don't take anything away from me being a good podcast.
Because he
And you
said
don't have to
we
be a
are the
doctor.
only.
You don't even have to be a doctor. You don't even have to be a doctor. I do believe that some of the things he listed in the video, yes, they are factual, but not all of them are factual. Have I seen Black women disrespect Black men? Yes, I have. But just like your boy said, I've also seen other women of other races disrespect their men as well. Our women are at a higher rate. Are Black women typically more paid, well educated, yes, of course we are. Yes, we are. Those things don't lie. But that is not what that white lady said in the goddamn video. That's not what she said. It was, oh, Jesus, clutch my pearls. How could they ever talk to you that way? Clutch the pearls. How could they ever? Have you seen the videos of the motherfucking Karens on the internet and how they speak to their husbands and children? Don't play me. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care who. I don't give a damn if it was Dr. Seuss who made the goddamn video. Everything he said is not relevant. Are some of the things relevant? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I've never, ever in my life seen a Black woman not disrespect a Black man. Yes. I'm going to tell you myself. Yes. I have opened my mouth and disrespected a Black man as a rebuttal for disrespecting me because he thought I was one of them simp-ass chicks. And so I need to put you in your place to let you know that I'm not the one. But see, a lot of times some men take just simple rejection as disrespect. When they say no, I would rather not, as disrespect. So everything that people can view as being disrespectful is not necessarily disrespectful. It could be, I just said some shit you didn't like.
Rejection is not disrespectful. It's not.
But a lot of men. So I'll give you an example. You had a boy on the same broke dude's podcast, and he sat there and he said, "Yeah, I was talking to this." I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember his exact words, but I'm gonna paraphrase. Yeah, I was talking to this shorty. We had been talking for a little while or whatever, and I said, "Yo, let's meet up." And she said, "I'm gonna call you when I get off of work." I ain't heard from her since.
I know exactly what she's talking about.
I ain't heard from her since. That dude's entire feelings are hurt. He mad at that chick because she ain't calling back. What? But she doesn't have to. She did something that he didn't like, and he's in his feelings about it. She ghosted me, man. She ain't even this, that, and the third. You have to think about this. And I know I'm far reaching, but I just need you to hear me as a Black woman for a moment. We are being killed for saying no to a dude. We are being killed and harassed for not giving a phone number, for not going on a date. So there is a level of things that we reject and say no to that come across as disrespect, and we can lose our life.
Thank you. Let me get to this next video.
Can I make a point real quick before you go to the video?
Trying to get through these videos.
I'm sorry.
I agree with Des at that too, because at the end of the day, you're talking about a white woman that's not in our immediate society saying this. Like I said, she's on the outside looking in. The other thing is, Umar is a Black man, and you're being derogatory when you start saying stuff like you're singling everybody else out when you're like, we are Black men are the only. Black men are the only. That's not factual. What she said was, oh my God, I can't believe this. What the? Like, geez, Louise, like.
You gotta clutch the pearls when you do it.
Like we ain't hold on, lady. Like we ain't seen none of y'all fucked up ass white people the way y'all talk to each other, because TikTok will tell it all. You don't
Yeah.
you the Asian dude, the Asian lady, the white dude, and the Asian dad that be making the videos where the Asian chick be throwing the shoes at dude.
Yes.
Don't fucking clutch your pearls because you want a black man. You want somebody that you can enable. Please don't do that. But also, please don't say black men this, black men that, black man this, black man that, and then sit up there at the end of the video and say, if you need help, you don't do that. Now, nigga, because you just told us that you basically told black men that we wasn't shit. Like, are you saying that I don't make more money than the person that I'm with? Or are you saying this man don't make more money than the person that you're singling us out?
He meant
But
mentally.
you know what?
the way
I
they
agree with
treat
you.
it.
And you know what? Can we just also throw that culture card in there real quick?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other cultures that just will simply come to our barbecues and see how we interact with each other. And they think that we're aggressive. They think that we're violent. They think a fight is about to break out when we just really having a good time. And we can think the same thing going to a Hispanic family's house. They get to spewing off Spanish. We think there's about to be a fight, and all Auntie said was pass the Kool-Aid. Come on now.
It depends on which barbecue you going to. Some nigga barbecues I ain't going to. So I can take a video.
Des, I had that shit happen to me. I was standing outside. We was having a barbecue. It was during COVID. We was having a barbecue, and my neighbor that lived directly across the street from me was having a barbecue too. And so me and my neighbor screaming across the street at each other like, oh, nigga, you got some motherfucking hot dogs and shit. We point like this, and 4 police officers pulled down on us like, hey, what's going on? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, we saw this and we saw that, and we were looking at this and we were looking at that. I was like, I'm asking that nigga if he got some hot dogs. What is wrong with you?
Thank you.
Yo, I appreciate it. Let me get into the next video. Y'all gonna like this one.
27 kids. One of them's 1 year old. You're out of control.
Why is this man still being able to reproduce? After the 5th one, he should have got snipped. There's no way you can hide that many kids. After the 5th or 6th one, the way women investigate, there's no way y'all still laying with this man. This has to be fake. This can't be real. There's no way this dude got 27 kids with that Jerry curl. If you do, ladies, you got to take some accountability for that one. Because there's no way this dude is just in one city with this Jerry curl, messing with all y'all, recreating, not taking care of these kids. This is crazy. This got to be fake, sure. I don't believe it. Believe it, comment. Tell me what you think about this 27 kids.
You said we talk about Nick Cannon. Is that what you said? Nick Cannon?
We can after this, but that was on the show. I've heard of some men having 15 kids. Hell, my great granddaddy had 14. But 27 kids. And it's the thing. I guarantee they're all local. And think about it. Everybody know who this dude is with that Jerry curl. How is he able to keep reproducing with see, that's the men. The men like that is the ones that keep reproducing with the women. Him. And he got a Jerry curl.
But we don't know if he can afford having 27 kids too. Shit. How you know though?
The nigga still got a Jerry curl. He can't afford a haircut. No, he can't afford it.
That might be his style, but
that might be his style, yo.
We can't take away from the fact that these 27 women allowed this Jerry curl ass, slick back ass motherfucker to lay down with him either.
Hey, you trying to be funny tonight? You know damn well he can't afford them kids. Now we are going to talk about Nick Cannon. This is what I'm going to say. I'm about to get real nasty. To all you hating ass, old ass bros that got something to say about this man, Nick Cannon. First of all, you talking about how is he making these kids? For one, he can take care of them. He got enough money to make sure his kids have what they need.
Absolutely.
Most of y'all got kids with niggas that can't even buy them a Happy Meal, so shut the hell up. He can afford it. It's a difference when you can afford to make kids.
Right.
Now, if you were somebody in the local neighborhood, no, you can't afford them.
And he also said that he wanted to have. He also said that he wanted to have multiple kids. He also said that he wanted to have kids with women that had something about themselves. He said he did a whole video on it. I can't take Nick Cannon away from it, but addressing him and addressing this, it's a couple things that I find strongly wrong. Like I for one find something strongly wrong about a white man addressing something that he has absolutely no knowledge of. Like, you can't sit up here and say that this man is nasty without addressing the 27 women that allow him to lay down and go and busting them raw. That's 27 women that allowed this dirty dick, slick back, Jerry Curl having ass nigga to pull his little winky out and busting them. That's 27. You can't deny 27 mistakes. I mean, come on now.
But
you can't not address that.
In our community, the women aren't held accountable in that part. Because look at Future. Look how he get dogged every time you hear somebody say something. Oh, Future, he nasty. What about the women he laying with that know he got 8 other kids?
What about the fact that Future wears dresses? Like, why would you want to lay down with a man that wears a dress?
Because they got money.
Exactly.
But the dude with 27 kids ain't got no money. He's still laying with women.
We don't know that, but he can afford to get that Jerry Curl done.
I think we making too many generalizations on Jerry Curl Poppy. I think that's too many. There's too many generalizations. I will say this.
I'm gonna bring him on the show and make sure you.
Yeah. If he's able to take care of those kids, that's one thing. But also remember, hold on. But also remember, no, don't say how. If he's able, it's not our business. If he's not able, it becomes our business because now my taxes pay for his baby.
This is my thing.
My taxes pay for the baby. And here's the thing. Now y'all think about it. So let's be just a little bit real. I'm not gonna ask anybody on this panel they body count throughout their life on how many chicks they done hit, because I don't care. But I'm just saying.
You want to know mine?
Nope, I don't. I'm just saying.
Pretty high.
Jerry Curl Poppy has physical evidence of every coochie he's ever touched.
No, that's just the ones that got pregnant. Think about the ones that didn't get pregnant.
No. This is the physical evidence of the coochies he's touched.
But it said
so
20.
whether he can support the kids or not, that doesn't mean it's not possible. And please. Just remember, I think you and I talked about this before. Please remember, all 27 of them women is getting some type of assistance. But he can't marry none of them because they lose the assistance.
They never said 27 women. Just 27 kids.
They'll lose the assistance. Air baby, another check.
Yeah, it's a hustle.
It's a hustle. I think that is a hustle.
And it is.
Yes.
I believe, and I've said this before, if you keep laying with multiple women after a certain amount, if you have 6 kids with 6 different women, legally you should have to get snipped because you just creating kids just to create them and not taking care of them.
So now you patrolling men's bodies like the government's trying to do for women?
Yes, they should. I agree with both. They should control women and men. A lot of women
out there taking care of the kids, then what's the problem?
Niggas ain't take care of them kids. No,
but why are you generalizing that?
Because that is the truth.
I'm talking about this dude in particular.
I live in the hood.
Let me ask you this: How do you know? So, and I'm speaking from not experience, but I'm speaking from knowledge. I'm speaking from knowledge. All right. So I told you before, my husband is from Cameroon.
Right.
All right. My husband comes from his father's second wife. Now, in their country, they're allowed to have more than one wife. In this country, they're not.
Right.
So it's not impossible for men to have several women and take care of all of them and their children. It's not impossible.
In Africa, yes.
In here.
No.
Here.
The standards of living is a lot different in Africa than they are
over here. It's not impossible because you have people who live in polyamorous relationships. It's not impossible. It's highly unlikely, but it's not impossible.
For him, it is. He can't afford a haircut.
Just
He ain't,
because he got it. Look, that Jerry curl sexy to some of them old ladies.
nah,
Jerry curls is expensive too. Shit, that shit ain't cheap.
he ain't taking care of it. Listen, what's 27 times 2? Say he paying $200 a month times 27.
But he
$5,400.
might not. You don't know what his job is. He could be a pimp.
No,
He could be a pimp.
he could be. He could be.
Pimping is good money.
Yeah, it is. But
All
pimping
right
the
then.
internet
Look,
down.
Kate. Look. Case closed.
Women don't need
Pimping the
pimps.
cage.
It's a new pimp. OnlyFans, you don't need pimps. It's a new day. What you need pimp for if you got social media? You don't
You
need
still
pimp.
got a lot of pimps out there. Don't get it twisted.
They going broke. All right, we're gonna get to this next video. You talking crazy on my show. I'm about to kick your ass off. Let me look. Crazy as hell today. Pull up another video. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll pull up another video. Okay, what we got? Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. All right, now this one I'm about to play is very controversial. Okay, y'all ready? All right, here it go.
Good afternoon. This message is for the Black women who date white men. Congratulations. Did you know that you can actually date a white man or even marry a white man without putting down Black men? Because you can. Now listen, white men, Black men, whatever color there is, they're all men. There's no reason to think that just because you have a white man, now you've got a prize. No, you don't have a prize. You just have a man that treats you right. No matter how many men you dated, just because he's white, that don't mean he's right. Okay, he's right for you. Congratulations. There's good white men, there's good Black men. If white men were the prize, then there would be no divorces, no relationship issues with their white women. So don't think just because you got a white man, now you're good to go. Because the same issues that you can have with the Black man, you can have with a white man. Just say you found you a man, who cares what color his skin is?
Tell him.
First of all, thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Yes, Black men do have the highest incarceration rate. I will agree with you on that. But do you know why Black men have the highest incarceration rate? It was because the system is built to incarcerate Black men falsely. Even if they're innocent, they can be incarcerated because the people of power want those Black men incarcerated. And the highest rate of domestic abuse against women in the community, I will agree with you on that. But why is it the men that have the highest abuse rate against the women in the community always get attention from women? Why are they always reproducing with those women? Why are those men always available to those women and those women are available to those men sexually and physically? Why is that? And we're the lowest earners. Actually, you guys are the lowest earners, and you have the highest eviction rate.
All right, so give me your opinions on the first video. We're gonna start with the Black lady talking about when Black women go to another race, they say the white man is a prize just because he's white.
I don't think all Black women that date white men say that. I think it's a majority. I think it's a majority of and a small majority of the women that say that. But I mean, I think it's also women promote their men more than men promote their women. So I think that, like, even when a Black woman has a Black man, she really loves that man, she promotes him and she prances him around. She shows him off like he's a Birkin bag. Like, I don't see too much wrong with that. Like, you know, and it also comes down to mental damage of some females because they, you know, maybe every Black relationship that they got in, it was a shitty relationship and they found this white guy that treated her like she's a queen. Yeah, promote your man, promote your mate, no matter what color he is, no matter what, you know, no matter what he looks like, promote your man. I don't see anything too much wrong with that. You know, right. I think a lot of times what we do is we think about it as being racial instead of thinking about it as reality, because I could be a fat dude with big titties with a fine ass woman, and she's gonna say, hey, my fat man with big titties and shit, he treats me like the greatest man in the world. That's not disrespecting skinny man. She's just basically saying that this man that I got right here is the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's the bee's knees or whatever they want to say. I don't see too much wrong with that.
Go ahead, Dizzy. Let me get your thoughts on that.
I agree wholeheartedly with what he said. If you want to deal with white dudes and deal with them, whatever race you want to deal with, just deal with them. You don't have to down the other side. However, I think that the downing of the other race on both sides of the spectrum, men when they date white women and black women when they date white men, I think both of those type of statements and mentality when they feel they need to down their own race, I think the foundation of that is the slavery mindset.
Thank you, Darius Jackson. It's all circumstantial. Hollywood problem, negative and false stereotypes about black love. We love and hate just like any other cultures. Thank you. Yes.
Yep.
But I'm going to play this next video. And what I will say, a lot of times it's a double standard. Okay. I feel like, well, if y'all know me personally, if you don't, my family's mixed. I come from a mixed family. So we have black, white, Hispanic, Mexican, anything you can think of, we have it. So that's how I grew up. To me, it doesn't matter. But to a lot of other people, you know, like you said, if a woman leaves her race and go to the other man, you don't have to put down your race. And a lot of times, I'm gonna tell y'all this: a white man and white women that's watching, if you get this black woman or black man that comes to you that loves you or likes you so much, but they talk so negatively about their own, get away from them, because when you have a child, that child is still black.
Yep.
So if they don't even love their own people, how they gonna love you and their own child that they made as black, and they still talking so bad about their own people? So that's my thoughts. I'm gonna get to this next video.
Are black men allowed to explore their options outside of black women? And when they do, are they sellouts? And when black women explore their options outside of black men, is it an upgrade? Watch the video. Leave a comment, tell me what you think.
I tell black women all the time, they'll come out, shit, go find something else. I tell women the same thing. If you can't find what you want to, go find you an Italian or Hispanic. Go find who makes you happy. Shit, you ain't got to be with to be black. Go find who makes you happy. That's how I look at it. But this the problem. When black men do it, black men are not allowed to explore their options. Black men ain't allowed to.
I think they should. I wouldn't say that. I think they should just as much as us black women do.
Yeah, but as soon as a black
I mean, but you know what? But you black men do y'all get bashed more.
What is he called? What's the first thing he gets called if he gonna explore another option? Oh, you gonna sell out. That's the first thing.
I believe, James, I agree with you. Men, when they date outside their race, women really suck it to them. When women date outside their race, the first thing people think, because a woman is dating outside her race, oh, she taking advantage of him, or oh, he must be paying all her bills. And that's not even the case. People just be with people because people make them feel good. People make them get something that another person couldn't give them.
And then you know what? I think white women get bashed too a little bit for dating a black man.
See, I told y'all we're gonna be playing with these videos and that. I told y'all we got some good stuff. So in that video, even the women said, for when you see a black woman with a white guy, everybody say, "Oh, that's an upgrade." If a black guy walks in a room in a room full of black women with a white woman, you know what they think in their head? Oh, he a sellout. And it's a double standard. It is a double standard. I hear it all the time. Remember, I come from a mixed family, so I hear all that shit. So it's an upgrade when the women do it. When the men do it, they're sellouts.
I think that's only in the United States.
Well, I'm glad you said it because you rolling in the door today. Because you know, after this, we go into the passport thing. So go ahead.
Yeah. I think that's mostly in the United States. So my family is a melting pot of everything. My side of the family is Black, East Coast, Black, African American. But my husband's side of the family, we got every type of damn race in that side of the family that you could possibly think of. And so when you have people that, grow up in Africa, and then they go and they uproot and they go to college in France, or they go to college in Germany, or they go to college in these other European countries, I mean, the ratio is hella off. You know what I'm saying? So you may have a small community of Cameroonians or Nigerians or whatever on a particular campus or in a particular city, but it's overwhelming the amount of people that are actually from that country that live in that country. And I don't think there's nearly as much taboo outside as it is inside the United States of America. And I feel that it's borderline on the level of a level of racism. I think it's a level of slave mentality. I think it's a level of competition. And I think that, I believe you love who you love. I don't care who you love. But I do think that Black men catch it a lot more when they end up dating white women, because it not as a whole, but especially let them get paid. Let them be rich. Let them be an entertainer, a baller, an athlete, whatever, and let them walk in those rooms with those white women. It's portrayed or said that it's a status symbol. It's a trophy. Like, look, mama, I made it type shit. And I wonder, honestly, what's the difference in the divorce rate at that level? Because I do sometimes wonder, did you choose her because now that's what you're surrounded by? Did you choose her because you love her, or what? I do wonder that. But at the end of the day, I don't care.
This is how men operate. When men get money and get status, they are more surrounded by different types of women.
Yes.
So they're going to choose women that they typically wouldn't get when they didn't have that type of money. They're going to get better quality women. That's just how it works for men with money. They're going to get
Not
the better
quality, different quality.
No, you're going to get better quality. I don't give a damn what you think.
It's not better. It's different.
It's better
Doesn't
quality.
make her better. It's just different.
Let me tell you, bullshit. I'm going to tell you why right now.
I mean, if we talk about y'all honestly only being surrounded by Section 8 thoughts, and now you got a woman with a job, then yeah.
You trying to renege. You did not know. No, not renege. Not renege. If all you've ever been surrounded by is thoughts, then you get a little bit of money, and now you outside of Thoughtville. I can understand how that could appear better. No, what I said was, when you get money, you're going to attract better quality women. You are. It's just how it works. Let's take 5 men that work at the grocery store, and let's take 5 NBA players. I guarantee you the 5 NBA players have better quality women than the 5 men that work at the grocery store.
Not quality.
I won't agree with
different caliber.
I won't agree with quality.
Different caliber.
When you say quality, you're taking out the very intelligent people that live in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We can look at Boys in the Hood. You had Ice Cube, who was a gangster. You had Ricky, who was a football star, and then you had Cuba Gooding Jr., the corny ass motherfucker that didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? You take out people like that, but then you also take out the fact that she might look good, but she might be the dumbest white motherfucker in the world. You have to also look at okay, so what we learn in the service is position of power. If I have money and you don't have money, but you're beautiful, you are allowed to be in a different area than somebody who is less than being beautiful. And if I have money and you don't have money, I'm standing over you. It's also it's the same concept as when a police officer pulls you over, you're sitting in a car and he's standing over you. He has position of power.
Right.
A lot of people date. A lot of people who have money don't want to date somebody who also has money or who has more money than them because it changes the position of power.
Right.
A lot of men who have money, they're around people that look better than them. They might be accustomed to a different type of culture because they came from money. That doesn't make them a better quality. That just makes them a little bit more cultured. I feel like I'm more cultured than a lot of women because I've been a lot of places, but I'm not smarter than a lot of women because at the end of the day, they are smarter than me in some aspects. I've just been different places. I've seen different things. I've been cultured a little bit different than some women, but I'm not going to say that I'm better than them. I'm just a little bit different than them.
Right.
The other thing that we forget is the motherfucker that gets rich and leaves the hood and goes to an A-list community and forgets the people that were in his hood that are just as intelligent, but just didn't have the background or the step or the person that helped them get to that level. We forget about them. We look down on them. Because I could be Michael Jordan. There was a player that was better than Michael Jordan. He just didn't have the opportunity that Michael Jordan had. Do we look down on him and say, "Oh, this nigga ain't shit. He ain't intelligent"? No, we still say, "Okay, this dude was better than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just had a better opportunity than him."
Right.
We can't just say you're going to get a better quality. You're just going to get different types of people that have different things to say, and maybe they articulate it a little bit differently.
Correct.
I gotta disagree with you.
But have you been in those rooms? Hey, I guess that's the question. Have you been in those rooms?
When men have money, you're gonna get better quality of women.
It's not a better quality, dude.
Look, I done been broke and I didn't had money. Trust me.
It's not a better quality. It's not a better quality.
Better quality. Yes, you are. You're gonna get better quality. I promise you. Ask any man that got some money in their pocket, and then ask them before they had money. They're gonna tell you the same thing.
I can't. I'm not gonna agree with the word quality. I'm not gonna say that because then how? So then tell me what quality makes them better. Give me a measurable a unit of measure of what makes someone's quality higher. How would you feel if I told you, yo, this dude right here is a better quality man than you? That's not measurable.
That's what I'm gonna tell you, because when you have your own money, you're gonna attract more women that have their own. You're gonna attract more independent entrepreneur women who own businesses, have
so
their
you
own
have access.
But wait a minute.
The verbiage is you have access to more women that you didn't before. You have access to more.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? It's different.
Yes, but that doesn't mean the quality is better.
So an independent woman is not better quality to a woman that's not independent and doesn't have her own. So the quality.
You didn't have access to her before. So now, because you have money, you have access to more women. But that does not necessarily make them better quality.
I'm going to speak for the man in the room that no, you're going to have access to better quality women. Just like women, when they go from being broke to being independent entrepreneurs, who do they look for? What do they say? They look for
to match their hustle.
Okay, so they're looking for better quality men.
No, they're not. That's not right.
No,
like I'm gonna give you a prime example. I'm gonna give you a better example. My best friend is a millionaire.
Look at this comment before you start. Look at that. Stupid. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Exactly, Darius. Because you have access to a chick like Jada now, and she screw your ass over like she did Will. She's a better quality woman.
No, Jada.
Hold on. Just let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
My best friend is a millionaire.
Go ahead.
And I've been around his millionaire friends, and I'm talking about with big dumb bread, and women that they're around, and I'm not to hang around. You know what I'm saying? I'm invited. The thing that I will say is that
and we got
culture is different.
My bad.
It's
Go ahead.
a difference. It's a difference when it's a difference when somebody's never seen something. Until I got around my best friend, I never saw black people with Lamborghinis, pulling up with Lamborghinis and Bentleys and Ferraris and stuff like that. I never saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I started being around them, and I started seeing the women that they were with. And a majority of the women that they were with had nothing intelligent to really say. They were there. They were of beauty. They were pretty, but they weren't smart. Now, on the flip side, I'm a hood nigga. I already told you I'm from EC. Some of the most intelligent motherfuckers on the face of this earth are in the hood. I'm not saying everybody's in the hood, because there's some dumbass niggas in the hood too. They just don't have the opportunity and the access to the people that you would if you had money. And if you think about it, when you say that they're a better quality, you are really profiling people that you don't even know. You can't say that just because somebody lives in a hood, or that they go to the bar, or that they sell dope, or that they strip, that they're not of quality, because some of the most intelligent people are the people that you walk past. Look at the one of the greatest commercials that ever came out was in the 80s, when they were talking about seatbelts, and they said you can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yep.
That's true. The thing is like, no conversation that we have was not meant to have. We can always learn. You might not learn at that second, but it was meant to have. So at some point, at some phase in your life, it's going to come back and hit you.
Yeah.
Just because somebody has money does not mean that they're intelligent. They just have access, and they might have a different mentor. They have a method on how they make their money, but that does not make them intelligent. That just gives them access.
All right, let me get to this next video. Appreciate that. Leave y'all comments. We're going to leave the comments of what Jonathan was just saying about that. We got to get to this next video.
Only want to sleep with men who need. They do not want to sleep with a man unless he's married.
Here's my whole take on this side chicks. Shout out to According to Iris. Shout out to Cyan the Madman. I actually did a video on side chicks. But if y'all go back, please watch the full video of this, because they broke it down very well. And a lot of times with the women on the side, they're easy to deal with because they're not in the house. Okay? They're easy to deal with because we don't spend a lot of time with them. We're not getting on their nerves. They don't have to cook for us. They don't have to tend to our every need. So when you're dealing with the side chicks, they're easier to get along with. The reason why is because they're not dealing with you fully like the main woman at home. That's my whole take on it. Y'all go back, watch the full video. Shout out to According to Iris.
Yeah, so that was my Stitch video to their side chicks winning. I did my own, but y'all have to go back and watch actually According to Iris. And this is what she was saying for the side chicks. She said, why would the side chick want the main chick role when the side chick doesn't have to deal with you fully? She doesn't have to deal with your full attitude. She don't have to deal with your bullshit. She don't have to clean up after you. She don't have to tend to your kids. She don't have to do nothing but enjoy the fun side of you, while the main person at home gets to deal with the whole you. Yep. And the side chick only deal with a piece of you. And I've never heard a woman break that down so much.
Yep.
And it gave me a different aspect on side chicks. I mean, I didn't have them, but I never thought of it that way.
Some of the side chicks think they're the main chick too, though.
I'm glad. You know what? You on point. You're right. But nowadays with social media, it's not like you can hush them up. You know what I'm saying? Before social media, the men that are 10, 15 years older than me, that had side chicks, they didn't have to worry about getting caught. Now, cell phone, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, they'll write comments up under your stuff. I see it all the time. But I'm like, nowadays, as a man, you might as well be honest. You know, if you got a side chick, you got a woman at home, and you run up to some female you attract, tell her the truth. Because if she like you, she gonna accept it anyway. Just like and vice versa.
Let me ask you a question. You watch gangster movies, right?
Yeah.
So you know, one of the most respectable things about the gangster movies that I saw was the family aspect and the family views. Because the gangster niggas, they had their side chicks, but they always took care of home first, and they also took care of the side chicks. You know what I'm saying? Because as if I'm gonna be your nigga, I'm gonna make sure I take care of you because I need you to shut the fuck up. The problem with side chicks nowadays is they deal with a lot of niggas that can't afford both families.
Yep.
Exactly.
So they get mad. And the flip side of that is we really don't know what the conversation is, because this is the reality of it. If I got a side chick and my main chick make me mad, guess where I'm going? I'm going to the side chick. I have not addressed the issue with my main chick. So when I go over to the side chick, guess who girlfriend number one now? And now guess who girlfriend number two is? You know what I'm saying? Because he making her feel good. He making her feel like, you know what I'm saying, she's the queen of it. She's the queen of the realm right now because he pissed off at his main chick. He done brought his little trash bag of clothes over there, and he over there with her right now. But when the main chick decide that, you know, everything's cool, the coast is clear, he going back over there to the main chick's house. Now the side chick is not a side chick, and the main chick is back to being the main chick. You know what I'm saying? It's a role reversal. So at the end of the day, the difference is in generational, because back in the day when a gangster went to jail, even though they was in jail, and we seen this in Goodfellas, even though they was in jail, he still was taking care of the wife, and he was still taking care of the side chick. He had his hustles while he was in the joint, so he could make sure he could take care of the both of them. Niggas don't even have these motherfuckers that these women date that they want to be side niggas. I mean side chicks to. This nigga don't even have enough money for a fucking lawyer. So if he do go to jail, he ain't taking care of neither one of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like one, we don't really know what the conversation is that the nigga is having with the side chick to make her feel special enough to want to be the side chick, because he could definitely be telling that side chick that he about to lead his main chick, or the side chick might not even know that she's really the side chick. She might think that she's the main chick and this other chick is a side chick. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know. But for the women that do know that they are the side chicks, that's what they want to do. They don't want to have that relationship, and some of them do want to have that relationship. Some of them do think that because he's going back and venting to her, and he's crying on her shoulder, and he's talking about their problems, and he's doing all this stuff with him, and he's telling her that he's gonna leave her, but he don't want to leave her because they got kids together, and he don't want his kids to get taken away from him. So he's banging her, but he's going back to the main chick apologizing. He's giving that main chick his emotion, but he's giving the side chick the dick, and she think the dick is better than having his emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't know. But it's just those things that's going on. That's just my take on it.
She might not want his emotions though, because you know what I'm saying. They supposed to get different things, and sometimes the side chick, it depends on the type of dude. The side chick will know more about what's going on than the main chick, because he's gonna pillow talk and talk more to the side woman. He's gonna communicate with her. So that's why the side chicks be so dangerous, because they know so much. That's why they be so dangerous, and women get mad when they find out they do got a side chick, because they know, okay, well, this is the reason why you're not sleeping with me. This is the reason why you don't talk to me. This is the reason why you gone 2 nights a week. This is the reason. And then they realize this woman know more and doing more with her dude than she is. You know what I'm saying? And it can get really dangerous. I watch Fatal Attraction. Y'all seen that? And it's serious. And I tell men, listen, if you're gonna have a woman and a side piece, just tell her the truth. They're like, no, why would I do that? Because if it comes down to it later on, and you get telling these women and they get into their damn feelings, usually the side piece knows she's a side piece. The main one don't usually know about the side piece. But when that main one find out, it turns out ugly. It does. And people get killed all the time. All of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's a touchy subject. What you think, Dizzy?
I mean, well, I did a whole reaction video to that. I didn't see the video. I just saw that you tagged me and said, hey, what do you think about this? Respond. And I did. I don't think that either one of you are on the wrong course of an answer. I think you're both absolutely right. I think that to me, you playing with fire when you play this game. Because, and I'm going to tell you why, and I'm not just going to talk about the side chick piece. I'm also going to, sorry, ladies, I'm going to put us out here for a little bit. I'm also talking about women that are married that are messing around with sneaky links. We don't call them side dudes. Y'all are called sneaky links.
That's
so
fine.
we don't, it's the same on either side. I think that so for me personally, when I got married, I was like, this is it. It's you and it's me. And that's it. I ain't playing no games. I made it real clear. If I ever find out there's no conversation, there's no working it out, we don't need to go to a counselor, nothing. Because I'm serious. That's it. Because that's the only thing other than put your hands on me. Is that and putting your hands on me. I will not forgive you. I will not. I already know that about myself. And I communicated that to my husband while we were dating before we were even married. So I'm an open communicator. Gotcha. I feel that when a man has a woman become safe enough where she wants to say yes to marriage and build a life with you, make sacrifices with you, do things with you, for your future. And then you go and risk what you've built to satisfy your dick, that's a problem.
Yeah.
To me. Just to satisfy that. I feel that if you are unhappy with what you got going on and you building with your wife, you need to have the courage to be like, yo, I cannot do this and I'm out.
Right.
Like, be out. Don't tiptoe. Be out or be here. Because again, with the side chick, no matter how, I'm gonna tell you guys for real, for some women, no matter how honest you are about what her real role is, once she gets emotions for you, the side chick I'm talking, there's what you're saying to her is no longer relevant. Now she's operating on how she feels. Regardless of how many times you told her you ain't leaving, how many times you told her she was the side chick, once her emotions get involved, that talk, that chatter, she doesn't hear it. It's white noise. Because now she's at the point where I care for this dude and I truly believe he's going to release. I talked about the 80-20 rule, I think, in my video. He's going to release this 80% and make me the 80%. Because I'm the one he talks to. I'm the one that, yeah, he's talking to you because at some point in this marriage, their communication broke down.
Exactly.
Something happened over here for him to even think he had to come and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Something broke down. So, and I don't fault any woman or man for any reaction they have once they figure out that the bond that they made and the life that they built has been compromised. I have no, but I will say this. I am the woman who, if it happens, I'm coming after him. I don't have nothing to say to her until she froggy and want to jump. Because I'm not coming for her. But if she come for me, she can get these hands too.
Got you. Thank you. Y'all leave comments. We're going to get into one of our favorite videos. This was the first time I ever got you on the show. Was the Passport Boys? Is that right? Was that?
I think so.
And it was crazy because I was doing an open discussion that night. This is, Jonathan. I think this before a couple episodes for you joined. And what I did, I put the StreamYard link in Facebook. I just put it everywhere. And this lady popped up. I'm like, I don't know this lady, but I pulled her up, and she ended up being on there and said I got some clips. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Hey, I'm about to play these clips. I got 3 videos to play, and then we'll talk about them. All right. This is the first one.
Passport Boys.
All these black guys, mostly black guys, talking about they can't find black American women here who are cooperative, submissive, so they going to another country to find a woman. Now, this is the thing. There's nothing wrong with going to find love, right? But y'all looking for women just to be submissive, right? And in today's world, it's not set up for women just to be fully submissive to you unless you can fully take care of her. I'm going to be honest. A woman is not going to fully submit to you as a man unless you can fully take care of everything. Emotionally, security, and financially. If you can't do those 3 things for her, she's not going to submit to you. Now, in America, we have this thing called freedom, which means you're free to do what you want, when you want, how you want. In them other countries, they don't have the same freedom. So those women have to be submissive because in some of those countries, if they're not, they will be disciplined for not being submissive in some of those countries. So that's why these guys are going to other countries. Ain't no different from the mail order bride back in the day. It's the same thing. Let's be honest. Let's be real. But look, now they want to buy some, bring it back over and wipe her up. That's all they doing.
Real quick, the 3 things you said that you got to do for them to be submissive. What is it? What was it? You said
for a woman to be submit to you, you have to be able to fully be able to take care of her emotionally, fully. Security, she has to feel safe with you, and financially.
You don't gotta leave America for that. If you can supply those 3 things.
No, but they're saying it's easier on overseas.
All right, I'm gonna get into this next one.
Okay. Passport Boy actually goes overseas to Brazil and finds love.
A lot of men are tired of dealing with, they don't want to deal with, and you don't have to deal with when you go to Brazil. It's a whole different vibe. Like, it's not even about women being submissive because they're not. Women are the same. Like, really, I wouldn't say they're a little bit more submissive, but it's just it's a whole different vibe, a whole different attitude. I don't know how to explain it all the way, but like the first time I went to Brazil and I met the chick for the first time. I went there. I spent the night with her, whatever. I woke up. My laundry was started. Breakfast was started. She just met me. Like that wasn't even a thing. Like, she didn't even hesitate to do any of that. Like, it's just different.
Passport Boy actually goes overseas.
Okay, and I'm gonna play this last one.
Passport Boys. Gone wrong.
I don't want to give too much of what I feel about these dudes that go across.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why you don't want to tell me?
It's an open platform. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So mine comes from a different aspect of seeing from the outside in. I'm not the dudes going over, and I'm not the chicks that they was trying to get. So I'm outside watching them do this process.
Us too.
All right. So let's take your average American dude. Average. All right. They go overseas, right? They go overseas and they go to a place like Germany. All right.
Wiener Schnitzel
is where if you come and you have black skin, gold around your neck and in your mouth, they automatically assume that you're a rapper or NBA player. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So imagine the treatment that you're gonna receive. That's right, Deutschland, my homie. Just imagine the treatment that you're gonna receive
when all you got to do is put a couple chains around your neck and a couple of pieces of gold in your mouth, and you're treated like a superstar. When women in the U.S. know better. We know you're not a superstar, which is okay, because everybody ain't cut for that part. But you go to Germany, and you are average looking, you're an average dude for real. And then all of a sudden, the women in your circle are treating you as if you are top-notch prime beef. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean you were never prime beef before. Now you're getting the treatment.
You was giving cheeseburger vibes, now you giving T-bone.
Exactly. Now, and then I'm gonna tell you, I don't have a problem with that. If you think he's somebody, treat him like somebody. I don't care if he's here in the United States, in Germany, or any other country. If you think he's somebody, treat him like he's somebody. Here's where the problem comes in, and I wish your other boy would have stayed in, because I'm the one that said, please don't get it confused with you down in Brazil, Colombia, whatever. Your money stretches farther in that country, so you are automatically more of a baller there than you were here.
Yeah.
Okay? And their bloodlines, they try to stick to true bloodlines down there in Brazil and Colombia. So they'll come and cook your dinner, come and blow you off, come and do anything and everything possible to obtain the funds. But I'm telling you, the funds go back to their bloodline, which is boyfriend Poppy, husband Poppy, whoever it is in the country. So they'll do all these things for you. That's not uncommon. But it's not for the betterment of you or her.
All right. Well, Dizzy was preaching. She be she be giving us the word, don't she?
They was hot. They was hot with me, boo.
That was some good video.
I absolutely agree with what Desi said. And because I've been overseas a few times, I'm not a passport boy though. You know what I'm saying? I was in the service. I wasn't going over there looking for a wife. But I will say this. The women do treat you better, because this is the very real thing that I just have to say it like this. Whoever that passport boy is clearly an uncultured human being. And the reason I say that is because what you don't understand is, like, I lived in Japan for a year. And being that I lived in Japan for a year, I got to see how they portray America and what they show on TV from America. A lot of people who have never come to America before, they only think LA, and they think New York City. And they portray these two places like they are the greatest places on the face of this earth. Exactly. The other thing about it is, when you look at these movies, everybody looks like they're doing good. They're living good. They see the nice big houses. They see the swimming pools. They see the cars. They see the fortune and fame. They see that stuff because a lot of them are living a different kind of lifestyle than we live here in America. They got a different kind of work. Desi is right. Our money, when you're overseas, it stretches. They barter overseas. You can walk into a store overseas and they have a price on there, and you'll be like, man, I got this. And they'll take it because your money stretches. Also, I'm going to say it like this. I think the motherfucker that was talking on the video was a beta male. See, you couldn't really satisfy an American woman. You couldn't pull the little bitch shit off that you could pull over there off. Desi's right. You could go over there with your little fake Cartier glasses and your little dirty cheap ass chains and your little fake ass fucking jewelry. You could wear a pair of Jordans and shit like that. And you can impress the shit out of them. But you would be the nigga standing in the dirty boy section in the fucking club back here in America. Because you look like something over there. You know what I'm saying? It's a different thing. You put on a pair of Jordans put on some average jeans, put on a Nike t-shirt, a headband, some knockoff Versace glasses, a couple cheap ass chains, and walk around there like you ain't got a care in the world, and they're gonna be at your feet because they don't know. Being a black man over in another country, you're sought after. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was being overseas. When you're a black man and you're walking down the street, people come up and talk to you. When I was overseas, when I was in Japan, I didn't experience any racism. Like, it was so comfortable over there. Like, I didn't have anything to worry about. I didn't start experiencing racism again until I came back here to the United States. So just imagine being over in a country for a whole entire year and not having to worry about the cultural issues that you have to deal with over in America. I think that he was a nigga. I think that he was soft. I think that he was weak. I think that he was a man that was unable to satisfy women over here in America, and he was dissatisfied with the treatment that he got with women because he had to actually work. He had to actually have substance. He actually had to talk and articulate words. He didn't have to do that over there. I think that when you go to a different culture, when you go to a different country and you pull somebody from their culture where they're actually surviving at, and you bring them to a country where you're not really able to achieve or sustain the lifestyle that you think that you're able to give them because they see something different and they think something different, I think that that's wrong. I think that it's fucked up for you to take somebody from a different country and trick them into coming to America to thinking that they're going to get a better way of life, because that's exactly what these other societies tell you. Oh, come to America. Oh, come to America. Because when you're over there, I used to tell them all the time, like, look, don't think coming to America is going to change your motherfucking life. Like, shit. We just struggle a different way. We work 2 or 3 different jobs just to pay one bill. You know what I'm saying? It's not like what you see out here on these videos and stuff like that. So these fuck boys, and that's what I'm gonna call them, these simp ass niggas, these beta ass niggas, these soft ass niggas that can't, oh, I don't want to talk to a black woman because she doesn't wash my clothes and suck my toes and X whatever he was talking about this chick was doing over there.
Sucking the toes, yeah.
Because see, this is the thing. This go back to what we was talking about in the last podcast. In the 90s, you had to have a conversation with a woman. You had to be able to walk up to her. You had to have them nuts to walk up to the woman. You had to have the presentation. You had to have the plate to be able to say, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? My name is XYZ. I'm up here with my homeboys. I see you up here with your homegirls. Why don't you come chill with us so we could walk through the mall? See, he was one of them simp ass niggas that couldn't do that shit. He's not able to survive and be in his own culture. So he had to go over to a total different culture. Like, this nigga ain't even smart enough to realize, like, nigga, you know, if it was all about getting some pussy, nigga, just take you $40, bro. You can buy some pussy somewhere. But you wasted a whole plane ticket. You wasted a whole goddamn a whole trip just to get some foreign pussy and try and act like you a king. When you could have took $150, went on Backpage or somewhere, find you a bitch to treat you like a king for an hour. You did some dumb ass, simp-minded, sucker-ass, beta-minded, fuckboy, hoe-ass nigga shit. And I really hope you watching this podcast and you go in the bathroom and look at yourself like, you know what, sir? I really am a bitch-ass nigga, because you are. You a sucker-ass, soft-ass, pussy-ass, hoe-ass nigga. You deserve everything that we saying, because the end result is fucking selfish. It's fucked up. It's deceptive. You are an opportunist. You are taking advantage of somebody that doesn't know any better. You are no different than a child molester because you went over there and you manipulated somebody's mind. That's fucked up.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it manipulation if I got a 2-bedroom apartment and I go over there and you live in a hut with 10 people and I bring you to where I'm at? How's that manipulation?
Because what they see on TV. Okay, so understand this. I'm gonna break this down to you. Living in Japan for a whole year, I was limited on the American shows that I could see. And the American shows that I did see were nice 2-bedroom apartments, were nice houses, were nice cars, were manicured yards, were
nice
areas.
upkeep, middle high class type stuff.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So when you tell somebody this, that and they have never been to America before,
they think we all rich.
Not that they think we're all rich, but you a nigga that live in Oakland, nigga. You live in the projects in Oakland in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's no different than them staying with their 10 families in their house where they can be protected. Very manipulative, because you're not telling them what they have to. You're not telling them what they have to deal with. See, the problem with a lot of foreign countries is like, yes, Mexico is bad, Juarez is fucked up, but it's a different type of crime when you move into a black neighborhood with gangs, because it's a different type of violence. It's a different type of thing that they have to worry about. It's a different kind of poverty. Yeah, you got a 2-bedroom apartment, right? But you live in the Swats in Atlanta, though, my nigga. Your door hanging the fuck off. You got a bed that lay on the fucking floor. You got roaches and rats and shit laying around your part. Is that better than them living with their family? At least they know what they dealing with. It's very manipulative. Because the best pair of shoes he got on, I guarantee he wore down there to Brazil to make himself look good. I guarantee the clothes that he wore down there, he probably bought them clothes before he got on that airplane and went down there. He probably one of them niggas that wear a dirty ass white fucking tee for like 2 or 3 fucking weeks and then change that motherfucker out. It's very fucking manipulative, because when I was in Japan, Japanese people weren't wearing Avrex coats there. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They got them, but they weren't wearing them. You know what I'm saying? But they see me wearing an Avrex coat. They see me wearing Timberlands. They see me with a chain on my neck. They see me with designer glasses, and they look and they be like, "Oh, he must be higher up in the service, because that jacket, they know the prices on it. They know jacket costs like $400 or $500. They know them Timberlands cost $200. They know that watch costs that much amount of money. So they look at it like, oh, well, if I go back to America with him, he probably lives a little bit better than what I do here. But you don't know that I live in the motherfucking projects in the basement with leaky ass pipes and shit. You don't know. So yes, it's very manipulative.
Yeah, and I can say on some fronts, which I actually said in some of my video, was that it can also be dual manipulation. So I was talking from the POV of being over there as a DoD government employee and being around military service members. And so again, if you're not a military service member or a DoD employee living over in Europe, these people typically don't know that you've got your regular annual pay, but you're also getting COLA and LQA. So your housing is being paid for. Your bills are being paid for. So your check is really your check. Like your check is your check. And they're paying for everything. So what I do, when I was over there, I was living in a house like it should have been on Yo MTV Raps, Yo MTV Cribs. You know what I'm saying? That's the crib I lived in. So I can only imagine what some of these guys selected. Then you over in Germany, where the taxi cabs are Mercedes-Benz. So it ain't nothing to get a Mercedes or a BMW. So they see this American who they think is rich coming up in the club. And then, like I said, it can be reverse manipulation, because like I said, these chicks also are like, this dude right here is my ticket to the United States of America. Let me go ahead and get pregnant and get this baby so that my children can get a United States passport and my children can get a dependent ID card. I can come over to the United States and chill. And all I really got to do is stay married to him for 10 years because I can divorce him and get half of his retirement. So that's also the dual part of the manipulation. So I'll come stay in your little, now see, and the military members not staying in the hood in Oakland. They're not staying in, they staying in family housing where their BAH or something is covered, or they're in an apartment or a house or whatever. So it's a two-way street. But for me, my thing is just the same way I asked you about better quality of women, these same passport boys Other than saying they just are better, they submit, they just are better, they cannot list actual qualities that make these women any better. What makes them better to you is that they will not question your authority because they can't speak English half the time. They will submit because they will submit because you are their meal ticket. So give me some other oh, she cooks for me. There's plenty of black women who cook too. Next. Oh, she sucked my toes. There's some black women out there that'll suck your toes. You wash them first. You know what I'm saying? So don't act like black women just don't do anything. That's not the case. We just not going to, the ones that y'all want, we not just going to do everything for every dude we come across. We do everything for the right one. And if she not sucking your toes, you're not the right one for her.
Or find somebody that will suck your toes.
And look, check this out. If you really want to see this in action, I'm going to just tell you like this. I'm going to give you 100% accurate show where you can actually see this. Go to Vegas. You ever been to Vegas?
No, I ain't been yet.
I'm going to tell you like this. The first time I went to Vegas, I went to the Marine Corps Ball in Vegas. And I was already out of the Marine Corps at the time when I went to this Marine Corps Ball. And what happened was, the reason we went out there was because one of my fellow Marines was getting married. So, and his wife, his family that he was married into was really well off. And he took us to, it's called Elite Car Rentals. And when you go to Elite Car Rentals, there's Lamborghinis, there's Phantoms, there's Bentleys, there's all these cars out here. It costs $2,500 to get one of them cars out there. And I had never drove a Phantom before. I definitely paid that $2,500 to drive that fucking Phantom. I definitely was not my name when I was in Vegas, and I'm rolling that Phantom for a good 3 or 4 motherfucking days. We living on a villa because that's where the wedding was. I'm pulling out of the villa in a Phantom, pulling up to the fucking to the casino in a Phantom, getting a Phantom valet. When I'm stepping out of that Phantom, all them chicks is looking, because I'm a rap star at this motherfucking point. Bitch, I just signed the motherfucking death row. Fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I got money because I'm prior service. You know what I'm saying? I done stacked up some money. I'm getting out of a Phantom. These chicks, it's a tourist section. They come from all over too. They like, oh, what you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to sign an NDA because I know the lingo. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to sign an NDA if you want, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk to me any kind of way like that, you gotta sign an NDA. You know how many chicks was like, oh, this nigga said I gotta sign. Girl, what's an NDA? Baby, let me tell you, it's a non-disclosure agreement, because what I do, I don't need it to be public. It's that simple. All you have to do is, in Vegas, you can be whoever you want to be. And in these other countries, you can be whatever you want to be, because you have full access. Listen, Africans, I learned something very true about Africans and why a lot of Americans go to Africa, because you have that blue book. When you have that blue book over in Africa, you are worth money. Everybody wants to talk to you because they want to know your accent. That because you're an American, you could be a translator. You are wanted, you are desired, and you are praised differently in Africa. But that does not mean that these women are of substantial or of a better quality person. You, like she said in the beginning, just have access to a different type of person, and you feel like you're wanting to be desired. But the only reason you feel like that is because they have something that you want. That is something that you have something that they want. When you got money, everybody wants to talk to you. When you look like you got money, if I'm the best dressed motherfucker in the club, trust me, motherfuckers want to know who the fuck you are. Like, who are you? Like, what you got? What you doing? X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's human nature. But the problem that I have with these bitch ass niggas that use this passport shit is you are just really an opportunist, and you're looking to feel good. You want to feel like a king. But the problem is what happens is, guess what? You got to come back to America.
Yep. And they only flexing on people, and when they get onto these platforms, the only people they really flexing on is other people who do not have a passport. People with a passport, no, exactly. People with passports who actually travel knew that everything that dude was saying on your show was bullshit. And then this is what was crazy. This is what was crazy.
It sounds
good. While people were making comments, I did the passport boy show with them. 2-3 weeks, like a week or so later, he posted on TikTok. He's posted on TikTok, doesn't let me know. And I'm getting pinged in the comments. Oh, who hurt her? She must be angry. Yada, yada. That ain't true. You just pushing stereotypes. Why I gotta be chains and gold teeth. And I'm laughing at them because at the very moment that they are all basically chopping my head off, I'm in Germany on a Q-Dog boat ride. 50% Americans, 50% German women. And every goddamn thing I'm saying is occurring in front of my eyes. I'm watching it. And I'm like, sit your ass down in Huntsville, Alabama, wherever the hell you from. Never been nowhere, dude. Everyone who had something negative to say, I'm like, you've never left your block. The farthest you've been is Atlanta. Stop it.
I completely agree. I have witnessed. I had a dude that he brought his brother over to Japan, and the one thing, because I was stationed on Okinawa, the one thing about Okinawa is you have to understand how small it is. It's 37 miles long, 18 miles wide. It's got 7 Marine Corps bases on there. It's got an Army base, a Navy base, and an Air Force base on there. It is very much populated by Americans, but it's also Japanese run. Okinawa is a tropical island. It is where the Japanese people from mainland go to vacation, like we do vacation in Jamaica and shit like that.
Right.
When you're over there and you've never been somewhere, you act completely different than the people who live there. I lived there for a year. Now my dude was on a different base than I was, but we all used to meet up down on Gate 2 Street, where that's where the parties and stuff went on. And when he's oh my, I never seen what, there's a black Japanese shit. You act totally different. And see, the thing is because you become prey at that point. They know that you got pockets. So like Desi said, you over there spending that trick money. Because you had to pay for somewhere to stay. And guess what? Wherever you paid to stay was owned by a Brazilian person, and that money that you paid went back to their family. When you met that chick, you had to pay for her. You did not just meet this chick and all of a sudden she's deeply in love with you. No, sir. That is not how that shit works. I'm telling you, bro, listen. I've been to countries before. I'm telling you, that is not how it works. He paid for her. And the money that he was giving her, it went back to her dad, her mom, her brother, her sister, her cousin, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the husband, the pimp. It went all back to them because they take care of their family first. And you're going to keep doing it. You going to keep doing it. You did.
No, not that. I said that, but they don't like when I say it.
Right.
Because I think it's because I'm a woman. I'm not supposed to know this stuff. And I'm listening to this dude, and I'm like, you do realize I'm a woman, right? You do realize that I can peep another woman's manipulation, right?
It does sound like he got his bang for the buck. So at least if you're gonna pay, get your bang for your buck. If you go
right, okay. I can only do one more video because I gotta work in the morning.
I got one last video, and it's all you. You know, we're gonna talk about it only for a few minutes, but it's your video. Okay.
Gay black men hold the keys to the kingdom to success. between black men and black women in a relationship.
Conversations are different too. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but one of my good friends I grew up with, you know, he's a homosexual. Now the conversation, like we sitting around playing cards, drinking, you know, the conversation, you got 4 straight men and a homosexual, the conversation is different with straight men. Once we, you know what I'm saying? I a lot of times, most, you know, straight black men, we get together with, after a few minutes, we start talking about women.
Right.
Now, the homosexual man, what they usually do during this time is they're just quiet. They don't really say nothing. So it's like they're not in the chat because it's like we talking about manly things that.
But you know where y'all miss out at? You know where you know the missed opportunity that you have right there?
What's that?
Is that your gay black male friends know more about us than you do.
No, they don't. Let me tell you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Let me tell you. That's what you think.
Let me tell y'all.
They know
hold on.
You know what?
No secret.
You know,
we talk to our gay male friends about some things that we would never discuss with y'all. That's why. Because we are comfortable enough to discuss that with certain, not all, certain things we discuss with our black male friends are not things that we would discuss with our straight male friends because we feel that these discussions would make you uncomfortable.
I don't think that what it is we.
I'm telling you, sir.
Okay, you're talking to a straight black man. The reason why we deal with y'all differently than they do.
Yes, but that's why I said it's the keys to the kingdom.
Man, now that video right there, that video I posted on my personal page, Reels Get right now, like 7,500 views. I was like, I'd be damned. Out of all my videos, that one got the most traction on my personal page. I'm like, ain't that a bitch?
Right. So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna have to say, I don't believe they hold the key. They know a lot. They have a lot of information because that's like you talking to one of your girlfriends. The gay black friend, your gay black male friend is like a girlfriend.
And we're not just gonna say gay black. We're gonna say gay men. Period.
Okay,
it's
well,
not just gay black men.
Okay, well, whoever
gay
your
men,
gay male friend is, y'all gonna tell him the stuff y'all gonna tell your girlfriends because you can't tell the guy you're with the dirt you're doing and the side dude you're messing with and the next guy you want. Y'all have girlfriend talk. You can't have girlfriend talk with a straight man. So y'all have girlfriend
but that's
talk.
not true either. That's not true either. But go ahead.
You listen. If you got my phone number, you cannot call me after work and have girlfriend talk with James. That ain't gonna work.
With you probably not. Okay, so
ask
hold
Jonathan
on.
if you can have girlfriend
We gotta
talk
put this
with
into
him.
context. We got no because I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Because when I saw the clip, I said, okay, this clickbait because the entire conversation. There was a whole conversation that was had prior to that piece that put what I said into context. I did say, I said, but he said something about, you know, I don't really interact that much because I don't really think I have very much in common, And I said, well, you know what? To be perfectly honest, gay men are very similar, the same position as the home girl who's always referred to as cis. And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm cis. I'm cis. I'm the one coming up surrounded by boys. Boys was my homies because I don't really do a whole lot of female bullshit. I don't do it. I don't like it. I don't like to deal with it. So I'm the one that can sit in the room with the boys and listen and learn. And y'all don't put a filter on with me. They don't put filters on with me. So I hear what y'all are talking about with each other. So then in turn, if I'm around a whole bunch of women and they talking about y'all and and I'm not talking about you specifically, about men.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all, that's not how they operate. They're not thinking about that. That's not what they're thinking about. They're not even concerned with that. I have the ability to talk to them and be like, nah, yo, that's not how it's working. It's not how it's working. They're gonna talk to me because they're comfortable. Y'all gonna talk to me because you're comfortable. I'm in that sweet spot. I hold a key that other people cannot hold. Okay. The gay boyfriend, the gay friend is sort of like that for the women. For the women. And I disagree with the fact that you and I'm gonna say you because it was you specifically, and a couple of your friends immediately went to a negative narrative of what we can talk to our gay male friends about. Oh, who you cheating with, who you scheming with. Bro, no, I'm talking to my gay male friend about how I could look in this dress, how I can make this dress better. I'm talking to him about the damn shapewear that I'm putting on. I'm talking to him about body insecurities that I might not be comfortable talking to you about. I'm talking to him about those, like you said, girlfriend type of things. But just because he's gay, he's still a man.
But
so he can still give me insight from a man's point of view.
But he's not thinking like a man. He's thinking
you
like
don't
a woman.
know that.
That's why those type of questions you should be asking the man. You're putting on a dress for your straight.
I'm not just talking about those. I said your narrative was us cheating, us having side do. That was your narrative.
Yeah, because y'all will tell them the dirty stuff. You said the stuff y'all not feel comfortable.
We're not comfortable. Women are not comfortable talking to straight men about a lot of things. Emotions.
That's a problem.
Anxiety, panic attacks. Some straight men don't have the capacity to, or even the want to listen to us when we're going through things like that. They don't want to. It's not all, but some men don't have the capacity to understand it. So we're going to bounce it off of the man. Or if they want to try something new that's sexual, they might talk to the dude. What I heard about this, is this right? They're going to talk about these things. And guess what? We don't have the threat or have to feel uncomfortable about us ever having to sleep with that dude, ever having to have any type of emotional exchange with that dude. So what I was saying is the key part that I was saying was they can hear both sides. So they can provide information to us and to you that we might not have access to. That's what I was saying. I was not saying that gay black men are the key to all relationships. That's not what I said.
You know what's funny? Men like me and Jonathan think alike. I already know what he's gonna say.
I would love to hear what Jonathan has to say.
I already know what. I'm not gonna spoil it. I've been looking at him.
That's fine. I would love to hear it.
By his body language, he's about to disagree with everything you just said.
And he can. And guess what? He can. It's not gonna change my opinion.
I know.
But he can disagree. We don't have to agree. We're not required to.
That's what makes this podcast so great. We all have different personalities and different opinions. Go ahead, Jonathan, because I already know what he's gonna say. Go ahead. I'm waiting. I've been waiting. Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Oh, and before you go, gay men do sleep with straight women. I've seen it.
Oh, some do. Some do. He's not gay. He's bi.
A lot of times.
Bi.
Go ahead, Jonathan. Go ahead. He rubbing his head.
No, I love to hear it. I would love to hear it.
He's frustrated.
But considering I've heard his view on homosexuality before on another podcast, I have a feeling I already know where he's going. So
go ahead.
So I'm going to. So you know I'm a model, right? So I'm going to agree with a lot of what Desi says.
Ha! Not all, but it's true.
These gay dudes, man. First of all, let me just say this. The gay dudes are messy as shit. Okay? They're messy as fuck. See, I'm just privileged to be in the model community, and
right,
because I'm in the model community, I have to deal with gay men, transgenders, and all this other fucking shit,
Yep.
the LGBTQ, LMNOP, whatever the fuck they decide to call themselves. I have to
Right.
deal with these motherfuckers. Now, this is the thing. What you got to understand about being a model is, in the model community is small.
Yep.
And you deal with the same people all the motherfucking time. Now, sometimes we're all in one changing room together.
Right.
Other times, the men are in one changing room, the women are in another changing room. The problem with that is there are some gay men and transgenders that are looked at like women, so they're in the changing room with the women.
Okay.
Now, what happens is the gay dudes will come back and tell the straight ones what the women are saying.
Yep.
That's how we know who what woman is checking us out. Like, so hold up. So what you said is old girl over there, like she, you know what I'm saying? They messy as shit. They are privileged to a lot of shit. And they will come back and tell us like, hey, you know how you was talking about how old girl is bad? Well, her pussy stink. She going through, she on her cycle. You know what I'm saying? They are privileged to a lot more conversation and a lot more personal shit.
Yes.
Than a woman would tell us. And I'm very, 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 very close with my model sisters. Like, I damn near think I know all the fucking goods and shit like that until one of the transgenders or one of the gay dudes come back and be like, bro, you don't want to do that. Like, what the fuck you talk about? Like,
right.
This is what I know. And I have to take their word for it because they back there and women are chatty. And what women think is like, oh, well, he's gay. Like, he's gay. Like, no, this motherfucker coming back telling us the same shit.
Right.
What I'm gonna disagree with. I'm going to disagree with a gay man with what you're saying. A gay man does not think like a straight man at all. He is a gay man. Now, there may be some things that we may have similar, but sexually, in a man to woman realm, we do not think the same.
Mm-hmm.
We are totally different because they, depending on what kind of gay man they are, if they are one of the feminine, hey, if they're one of them, they do not think like us because they are trying to be you.
Right.
They are learning from you, and their mindset is more womanly because they're trying to figure you out.
Right.
Even with the transgenders, they're trying to figure out how to be something different body-wise. They already might have the mental-wise. And y'all like the same thing. Y'all like beans and weenies. We, you know what I'm saying? Men, we don't want beans and weenies. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't think like that. I also think that I'm just one of them. I'm one of them people that I will not date. I will not date a woman with gay men. That deals with
gay men friends.
Yeah, I refuse to do it.
Okay.
Under any circumstances, because
you can have any friend that's a gay man.
Let me tell you how I feel. When I'm at home or I'm at my woman's house, that's my place of peace. If I want to walk around the house in my fucking drawers, I want to walk around the house in my drawers. When I come home from work and my woman's at my house or I'm at her house, I want to be comfortable around her. What I don't want is to have a long ass day at work and I got some gay ass dude sitting here on the fucking couch. Hey girl, let me tell you, I'm good. I don't want that. I don't want to hear none of that shit in the house. I'm not going to the gay bar with you. I don't want to hang around your gay friends. I don't want to do that because that's not conducive of me.
So it's different for you. I just want to clarify that last statement. So it's different for you, the comfort level when you come home from a long day of work, the comfort level for you, whether one of her homegirls is sitting on the couch chilling or a gay guy is sitting there chilling. the level of comfort is different for you when it's the gay guy sitting on the couch?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you like this. It's hard for me to identify, and I'm not even gonna say it's hard for me to identify. I consider a man that talks to me like a woman, I consider that to be flirty, and it puts me at a, it puts me on a, it makes me want to tell you, nigga, stop talking to me like a fucking girl and talk to me with your chest. Do not talk to me like, hey, can you, I consider that flirting, and it makes me want to punch you in the fucking face because I'm looking at a man. It's hard to identify mentally. You're seeing a man, but you're hearing a woman. It makes me feel like you're flirting with me, and I don't like it.
Okay. But as a model, you can deal with it at a fashion show, but you don't want to deal with it at home.
I'm a professional when I'm a model.
Okay.
I really don't have to deal with them. I'm not really talking to them. They're coming to me. I'm not going to them. They're coming to me, or they're coming in the dressing room, or they're saying something to somebody else. I'm hearing the conversations, and whatever they say, it doesn't matter to me because I still have to focus on my job at hand. That is a profession. Coming home, this is my kingdom. This is my place of peace. I mean,
you're allowed to have whatever. I just wanted to clarify that whether the woman or it's a woman or you have the issue with the gay man being in your home and you having to deal with that interaction.
I don't cross into their realm. I understand because I have a lot of my model sisters that deal with people in the LGBT community. A lot of their boyfriends, they go to the gay clubs with them. You know what I'm saying? They partying with them and shit like that. That is not who I am. I am not going to the gay club. Your friends don't. Me and your friends don't have to intermingle. Like those are your friends. I don't see why.
Right.
Oh, we have to go out and support. I don't have to support shit. I am not supporting no grown ass man that likes to get bent over because to me, you're not a man. Like that's not something masculine to me. I am 100% a full straight black man living in America, and I do not understand a feminine man. And what I'm saying is that, like I said, there's different gay men. There are some gay men that are very manly. There are some gay men that are very feminine. There are men that wear dresses. I don't want to be around.
And the men that you find that are gay that are very manly, you don't have a problem with them because they speak to you from their chest.
I still got a problem with them because they getting bent over by Bob just like the other motherfucker. I don't want any of them. I don't want to be around none of them.
So I'm not going to tell you that I don't understand where you're coming from, because I will tell you this, probably not at this extreme, but when I first started dating my husband, I told him, I was like, look, I've got some gay friends back at home. And again, I told you, my husband is from Cameroon. So we all know that African countries, we all know how difficult it can be there if you are part of that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was a no-go. It's like, look, I'm not telling you got to skip down the street and hold my friend's hand. I'm not telling you that. But what I am saying that as a human being, respect who I am around. And I'm not around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I do realize that probably the first few times that he had to interact, it was foreign for him. It was very foreign for him. And he asked a lot of questions like, okay, what's the deal right here? Never in a disrespectful manner, which I appreciated. I'm not telling you that you got to swallow every rainbow, but what I am saying is be respectful of the human being that's right there in front of you. And he was. And even now, and I'm going to tell you, because one of my best friends on this planet, I mean, he's one of the dopest R&B singers. His name is Cabana Black, but he also is celebrating his 1-year anniversary as a premier ass drag queen in Virginia. And her name is Vivian Valentine. That was a very different transition. But my husband has zero issues with him. Zero issues. Because my husband is comfortable in who he is. He knows who he is, and it don't care how you're going to talk to him. He's still going to be the same strong Black man that he was prior to the gay man speaking to him. So again, I'm not bashing what you're saying. I'm just, just like you say, you can't really grasp that whole piece. I can't grasp the fact that you can't deal. I don't know. That's awkward to me.
I don't like feeling, and I'm saying this everywhere. Like when the dude at McDonald's was like, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please?" I felt like he was fucking flirting with me. I'm like, bro.
Do you feel every woman that speaks to you is flirting with you?
No, because she talks like a woman. That's not flirting. He's not a woman. He's a man.
So if
you
a man
grown
speaks
man
to you
with a
like a
grown
woman,
ass
it's
beard, huh?
So so when a woman speaks to you on a regular basis, they are not necessarily flirting. But because a man is speaking to you in a high-pitched feminine voice, you automatically assume he's trying to bend you over?
I'm
like,
not saying that no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
to get close to it. I mean,
no, hold up. You taking what I'm saying out of context. What I said was, I do not like when I'm seeing a man in front of my face and then a woman's voice coming out and they're doing their whole little thing like, "Hi, welcome to me." It feels like you're flirting with me. I don't like it.
So you have an issue with flamboyancy. You have an issue with the flamboyancy of it.
Right. Now, listen. This is the crazy thing. There's one guy that I know that is just the weirdest shit. When he's around the girls, he talks like a girl, right? When he's around his mom, he talks like a man. I'm confused at this point. Like,
it's code switching. That's what it is.
This is the issue. I'm not a fucking gay man, so I don't know their whole fucking lingo. What I do know is
code switching is not gay. Code switching, I mean, is actually a Black thing. That's the professional versus when I'm talking to y'all right now on this podcast.
Right.
I don't talk like this when I go into work. It's not the same lingo. I code switch before I go in that door. So it's code switching to be able to be embraced and accepted in front of the audience that you are appearing in front of at the time. So he can be who he is, who he really is in front of those women. But at some point in time, somewhere, his mama said, not in my house. And he got to speak like, a
man.
A man. So hold up. I got a question though. Wait. And I swear I'm not trying to be funny, but I might be. Okay. So how would you feel do you feel that Mike Tyson's voice is manly or feminine?
Which Mike Tyson's voice?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but his voice is high pitched, but it's not flamboyant.
Yes, to me, he sounds feminine, but it's because of his lip.
No.
I never
So
thought
you
Mike
don't
Tyson
think
sounded.
he sounds feminine at all?
I don't think so.
No.
I never thought he sounded feminine.
I
think that people who try and imitate him sound feminine. But Mike Tyson as a person, I don't think sounds feminine.
So your issue is the flamboyancy.
It's not just the voice.
It's the
also
movement
the body
and
language and everything that they do with it when they talk to you. Like, I only identify with strength. Like, that's how I identify. Like, I totally understand the African culture. Like, when men are talking to each other and they're loud, there are a lot of people that are like, "What the fuck?" I totally understand because my voice is loud and carries and is strong.
Right.
I also understand in regard to your husband compromised with you. That's a great strength. I totally understand and commend him on that because I'll be like, yeah, fuck no.
Right.
I don't want to be around.
But there's also things that I know I'm not gonna invite him to. Because of my respect for his upbringing. So he's my homie. When my friend comes over, which is not like every day, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. But when he comes over, my husband loves him. Hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. How's this music doing? How's that? How's that? But I'm not going to ask my husband to come to a drag show if he's not comfortable. And so every show, I haven't asked him to come to any of the drag shows. That
you know.
Yeah, but hold on. But we had a female gay friend who had a birthday at a gay club. And I was like, yo, stick by me. When you're ready to go, tug on my shirt. He said, happy birthday. He bought her a couple drinks and he was like, all right, I'm ready to go. All right, cool. Let's go. I'm never going to ask him to come to one of those again. You see what I'm saying?
There's a lot of my model sisters, boyfriends, husbands, and shit like that. Like, I'm not even gonna say I made the mistake. I didn't know that they had invited everybody out to go to this one particular club. I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like, I don't go on campus. Like, I just don't. So I didn't know what this club was.
Right.
When I get to the club, I still don't know what it is because they're regular people that are walking in. I don't get it at this point. I didn't start to get it till I started to look around and start paying attention and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck am I at? And then I'm seeing the husbands and the boyfriends of my model sisters, but it was somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
And they started weirding me out because they're like, oh yeah, we always come to these things. I'm just looking at them like, bro, you do know where we at, right? You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm starting to see men kissing men and men rubbing on, like, this is very vivid and not coming from a error or being around that is being like thrown into the fire. So for me,
and that's messed up that they did that to you because they never should have done that to you. They should have been very clear of what you were going to and let you make the decision whether or not you wanted to follow through. So I agree with you on that.
So at this point,
go ahead.
I'm traumatized because I want to be respectful to my people whose birthday party is. But on the other hand, when I'm standing next to these touchy-feely, kissy, huggy, grabby, grown-ass strong, I'm talking about these niggas look like bodybuilders rubbing and hugging on each other. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So now I don't know how to act in this environment. And I know that my face and my what the fuck is like weird. Nobody's comforting me and being like, hey, you good? You all right? I'm fucking traumatized. And anybody that touches me at that point, I want to fight because I don't know what the fuck you doing.
And to me, that's not a healthy experience. And to me, experiences like those, I feel can lead to the thought process that you have. It's not wrong. It's just a reflection. Like if somebody took me and didn't say nothing to me and took me to a damn KKK rally and I don't realize what the hell it is till I get there, I'm going to be traumatized. Like, what the hell? So then I'm going to be like, white people are crazy because they took me to, you see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Cause again, I'm a big fan of, I can understand, but I don't have to agree. I don't have to agree, but I can understand where you're coming from. And I feel that experience, I don't know if that was your thought process prior to that experience, but that experience is fueling why you feel the way you do in those situations, because that situation sets you up for
traumatization.
Yeah, to be traumatized. It set the tone. It set the tone. It set the tone.
Sweating right. It looked like he's sweating, but
no. I think he's right. What he's saying is right. I just think that experience set the tone for how you're handling future situations, because it's messed up that they did that and they should not have.
You got to think, as a straight man, we're not used to just walking in a room and seeing grown-ass men go crazy. But I will share this with y'all. My friend, a good friend of mine that was on the show not too long ago, I lived in Kentucky for 6 years and in Louisville, and that is one of the top places for homosexuality. Now, he owned a gay club, and I was a security guard. And let me tell you, those gay men, when they know you're straight, they don't bother you.
Nope.
They don't bother you because they know you don't. They don't try to hit on you or nothing because they know that's not what you are. So from my experience, going to working at a gay club, they don't bother you. They know you straight. They're not gonna bother you. They may say, "Hey, what's going on?" and they go about their business because they know ain't no point in bothering you.
And you know why? Because they're live. Because historically and even presently, their lives are always in danger for them just being who they are. Their lives are always in danger. So why would they instigate a situation to make you that level of uncomfortable? Like, really? You know, but I will say this, them friends that took you there were not your friends, because somebody should have recognized you were uncomfortable and somebody should have came and comforted you or checked on you. So I agree. I mean, I get it, but I mean, I wish you had more positive situations to pull from than that.
Well, I also come from an era of when I was in the Marine Corps, that was something that was like extremely frowned upon. I also feel like because I don't understand it and I'm not trying to understand it, it's not something that I'm tapping into. But I recognize it's very real. Like, I'm never disrespectful to it. No gay person can ever say that I've been disrespectful to them. And I'm, like I said, I'm around them all the time. I just don't understand what the fuck y'all doing. Like, now, let's be clear. I've never had a situation where a gay person has done anything to me or talked to me or anything like that. They've never been disrespectful to me, and I've never been disrespectful to them. But I'm in this conversation, what I'm looking at is that I knew when I was there, it was probably disrespectful because I'm looking around the room like, what in the fuck is this shit?
They threw you in the fire.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes every time when I hear a gay person say, "Hey, welcome to McDonald's, can I take your order, please?" Now I'm reliving this shit.
Having flashbacks. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like,
funny. Told you,
nigga, if you don't talk to me like a grown ass man, like that's how I feel. But it's not in disrespect. It's just in not understanding.
Right. And the thing is that you're not required, because even I mean, look, I am a straight woman. I cannot sit here and tell you that I understand everything about my friend's gay community, because I don't. I learn new stuff from him, and I've also got gay female friends. I learn new stuff from them all the time. I'm like, okay, this is happening. So-and-so is being chastised on social media for saying this, that, and the third. What was wrong with the statement? Because I don't understand. And they tell me because historically this, and this, where I'll be like, all right, I get it. You know what I mean? I want to be comfortable with anybody. I want to be comfortable, but I don't. You cannot, again, you can understand and you don't have to agree. Like when my friends come and speak to me, like I got a friend, I've been friends with her since 1995, gay female, she's a stud. I don't ever want to say or do anything to make her uncomfortable because I don't understand something about her culture. So I ask all the time. She's never in her whole life tried to holler at me. And and my feelings ain't hurt. I don't want to be hollered at, but she's never attempted. And every wife that she has married has never attempted. And guess what? I don't care what they do once they get out of my sight and out of my house. I don't care. I don't even have the visions of it. I don't care. I don't care. And so why would I care what happens to the male guy? I don't care. I don't sit around and have sexual fantasies about my straight friends. I don't care what you guys look like when y'all banging these chicks when we get off of this. I I don't care. I don't want to know what you look like. You see what I'm saying? So it's not for you to understand those pieces.
And you know, it's
good to know the person.
It's different for men and women dealing with, you know, gay friends and gay people. For women, it's different because the men are more like you, and for us, they're not like us. So it's harder for us to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Understanding.
Yeah, understand it. I can see that.
It don't bother me none. I've been around them for years. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. You know, I've been hit on by gay dudes, and I just like whatever. You know, I don't take it personal. You know, but they don't. They leave you alone.
To get hit on by a gay dude, you got to be hella sexy. So you must have been fly that day.
I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment.
Hey man, don't gas this nigga's head up on work. He'll spend a whole 10 minutes talking about how sexy he is. Like, then we gotta hear about how many bitches he had. Man, look, I had this one chick, bro. I'm not doing that with this dude today.
I'm just sweating and everything. This is a good answer. But no, I'll say I understand the different perspectives from you and Jonathan, but it is different with men and women, just like anything else.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. And you know, I told you, but Jonathan wasn't on the show the last time. So we used to have a podcast during COVID called What You Got to Say. And this same cast member was on my platform for What You Got to Say. And we had this whole episode called Creating Safe Spaces for Men. And not just straight men. It was creating safe spaces for men. And this entire episode came up because he is a gay Black man. And he said, I feel like sometimes I am ostracized because I'm a gay Black man, that I'm not allowed to be in the room and be in conversations and be involved in situations where there are straight Black men. I'm still a man. I don't always want to talk about dresses and rainbows and butterflies. I do watch sports. I do these other things, but straight men don't want me in these rooms. And he said, so what should I be doing so that I can get the male support? Because I'm still a man. The male support, a male support circle.
Exactly. Let them niggas figure it out. Exactly.
Stop telling people that you're gay. See, I understand exactly what he's talking about. I used to work at this company called Joseph Mann & Creed, and we were sitting at the table one day, and we was talking about butts. And so we was like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about like Pinky's butt, you know, Cherokee's butt, Beyonce's butt. We all sitting up there talking. So I asked dude, I was like, bro, Pinky's ass is, Cherokee's ass is way fatter and nicer than Pinky's ass. And he was like, I don't really be paying attention. I'm like, so what, you don't watch porn? He was like, nah, it's not that. He was like, that's just not my lane. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you a titty man or are you a butt man? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I had no idea that he was gay, and he never told anybody that he was gay until that day. So there are a lot of straight men. Well, I'm not going to say straight men. There are a lot of men that nobody has any idea that they're gay. If you're going out there saying, look, that's just not my thing because I'm gay, that's your fault. That's why you're being ostracized.
But that's not what he was doing. That's not what he was doing. He wasn't doing that. He was just, so he's in several bands. He's in bands. He has several musicians that work with him with certain things and so on and so forth. And so let's just say he goes to an event and he hosts an event and the guys are getting ready to go to the bar, right? They don't ask him to come, but they don't not tell him to come either. But it's almost like it's insinuated that all the guys are coming to the bar, but he feels excluded, like they don't want him there. But we had a whole episode talking about, we've ended up figuring out that it was, in a general sense, it was some of the fault fell on him because of past experiences and traumas of a gay Black man, he started to realize he stopped engaging as much with people because of traumatic experiences that he had in the past. So he had to fix that to feel confident enough to engage, not flirt, not try to holler at, I just want to engage with you and talk about blah, blah, blah. Because he will all day. He will tell you all day long that Beyonce's ass is the ass to have because he love her to death. Because he'll tell you he'll switch for her. For Beyonce only.
No. See, the first thing is he's not supposed to go with the straight men to the bar. That's the first thing. Straight men going to the bar to get drunk, to talk about women and to get women. He's gonna feel out of place. That's one. All straight men, we go to the bar, we're getting drunk looking for women. If you're not on the same page, you're gonna feel like an outcast. You're gonna feel weird. So it's good that he doesn't go. I'm just being honest.
But I will say this. Hold on. He has started to, and it has gotten better. But it's a comfort level he had to achieve within himself.
But now if I say, hey, we about to go get something to eat, go to dinner, that's different. But if we going to a bar or club, we looking for different things. We conversating. Your conversation is different from ours.
It's gonna be different. I got you.
It's a place for everything.
I agree, and I'm disagreeing, and that's only because my agree and disagree is because one of my models is a transgender, and she goes to the bar with us, and the reason that I disagree with him going to the bar is because when she goes to the bar, I have to watch her. Because the one thing that I do understand is that gay people are ostracized when they're in straight bars. They're looked at funny when people see a 6'5", maybe that's a man, maybe that's a woman.
Right.
When they see that, they treat them different. And it's been instances where I'm at the bar trying to holler at a chick. I got a drink in my hand, and I see out the corner of my eye, this dude may be about to punch my friend in the face because it's a transgender, and you don't understand. You might have thought she was flirting with you, but the only thing she did was ask you if she could get around.
Yeah.
I've been and when I do a show, that usually the night before we have a casting party. Now, if the casting party is at a club, I have to pay attention to the gay guys that come to the club because it's a straight club. What I don't want is you to be beating up on one of my gay models because, oh, he's gay. I do not agree with that. That is not something I would ever let even happen, because the fuck are you fucking with them for? Like, they're not even bothering you.
Exactly.
So as a straight man, and I'm around four of my other models, and then there's this gay dude, I would not tell him I'm going to the club either, because what the fuck are you coming for? Because you're not gonna be interested in the same thing that I'm interested in. And if you look at somebody a different way, they might take offense to that. And now I have to defend you, and you fucked up my whole goddamn night. Because I was trying to get some, and I can't get some, because now we get kicked out of the bar because your dumb ass decided to come to my bar.
Exactly.
You know what? This is what I'm gonna say, Jonathan, for real. I have hope for you, and I'm gonna tell you why I have hope for you. Because again,
are you laughing because you don't got hope for me? You motherfucker!
No, I have hope for you. And I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you why.
I ain't going to no drag queen show, dude.
No, don't take him. Look, he's not ready for that yet. Leave him alone.
It ain't gonna be a yet. I'm not going.
I heard they got good
I have hope for you.
You've been before, haven't you?
Wait. I have hope for you. These gonna be my parting words, okay? Because I got to go, because I got to get up too early. I have hope for you because your innate reaction is to protect. And if the overwhelming feeling in your heart was more negative, on this subject and positive, your first reaction would not be to protect. And that's why I have hope, because there's a lot of assholes that would not have cared and would have stayed at that bar and drank that drink with that chick. There's a whole lot of people who would have let his friend, or let, not even friend, castmate, get punched in the face with no regard. But because you even have the inkling to defend, that is why I have hope. Because you don't have to, and you do. All right? I have hope.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome. So look, I got to go. I have enjoyed this podcast.
Yep.
Please keep tagging me and stuff on TikTok so that I can keep fussing with these people in the comments.
I'm gonna get
and
you
I
on
hope
this.
to join another live podcast soon with you guys.
Yep, I'm gonna throw you in the fire again like I did last time. Wait till I edit this shit. They're gonna be on your ass.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
All right, y'all. We out. Hit Show Podcast, all social media platforms.
Peace, y'all.